I didn't cry at graduation, or when they screamed that we had made it. I think this town has expired on me. I've come to terms with all the bad memories. And school is just a building, the people come and go. Yeah, one day this place will be fully unrecognizable. So I won't be at reunion 10 years down the road. But you'll see me, yeah, I bet you'll see me on the billboards. Billboards, on the billboards. Billboards, on the billboards. I hope my counselor gets fired. I'm sure I'm not the only one who's tired. I'm so tired. I can't believe I used to be caught up in what they say about me. In retrospect, I must admit I've always felt so incomplete. But this isn't even my hometown. I'm not even American. I honestly would rather drown than have to move back here again. My ex is stuck in the past. He taught me to move on fast. And school is just a building, the people come and go. Yeah, one day this place will be fully unrecognizable. So I won't be at reunion 10 years down the road. But you'll see me, yeah, I bet you'll see me on the billboards. Billboards, on the billboards. Billboards, on the billboards. I wonder how long it takes for me to leave without a trace, and for my mark on this town to be completely erased. Will they throw parties without me? Will they ever feel sorry for how they scarred me, or forget all about me? I didn't cry at graduation. I need a permanent vacation. I'm so excited for college.
There we go. Chat. Today, I thought, how about we do a bit of building, but in a different way than we've been doing the past few streams. We're not going to build a house today, we're building a shop. Originally, I had planned to do... Oh, I'm by the beach. I had planned to do... Because I was doing a thumbnail, actually. Behind the scenes content. I thought, hey, I should do a supermarket. But then I realized there's not a lot of space. And this is a small town. So we're going to do a corner shop. But first, we're going to go to bed. Because, oh my gosh. It is nighttime randomly. Even though when I left the game, it wasn't. But apparently someone else was on in the time since I was on the server. Let me have my food on hand. There you go. And we'll scout out where we want to build the shop. Because while it is a corner store, which if you don't know, it's like a mom and pop type of small supermarket place to buy food. Hello, pronouns you use. I use he, him pronouns. Thank you so much for asking, Goldini B Gaming. Hi, Goldini. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. How are you today? So yeah, small shop. And I'm going to try to find a location where we have a bit of space to build, but I think maybe this, but then it's like right in front of the houses, which is a bit, hi Rabbity, which is a bit crap. So that's always the question. I could also build it on the hill. That would be interesting. Blue, hi. I'm new to this LGBTQ plus thing. How do pronouns exactly work? Pronouns is just how you refer to people. So if you're, hi Nebula, if you are speaking about someone in the third person, or if you're, you know, talking about yourself in the third person, you use pronouns, which are basically just a way to replace names. So in that sense, it's kind of, if you're talking about your friend, I just like, she's cool, or they did that thing. Exactly, because it would be really annoying if you're talking about, for example, your friend, if you just said their name like 800 times. So, my friend my friend Blue did this. Blue was feeling really sad today, so I cheered Blue up. In that sense, I would just replace the word blue with, for example, they, she, he, it, any kind of pronoun works here. There's also neopronouns, in which case there's often guides how to use them if you're unfamiliar. Just like names, exactly. Pronouns are like names, and just like that, people will be very glad usually to tell you which pronouns they like, or which they don't like, etc. Some people do use multiple ones, but I'm just a little he, him guy. I'm pretty simple in that sense. But yeah, so I was thinking, we could have it here, which would work. See you in a sec. There's this other one, which, because this is suitably big and has a bit of space. So I'm thinking we're building it here. But I want it to be different material because it's a utility, basically. So I'm thinking we're going to copy. You mentioned neopronouns. What are those? The word neopronouns just refers to any sort of newer pronouns that have been sort of configured more recently, and that might be not acknowledged in an official sense for some people. Basically, it's just a distinction, and also it's a phrase that does, it's just every pronoun that isn't sort of the standard pronouns like he, she, they, or it. And it's also a phrase that basically allows you to use any form of word as a pronoun. I'm not experienced on the topic of neopronouns. I just know it as like as an observer from the outside, because I don't have any neopronouns myself. But the way I've understood it is basically someone might find a specific word that really, really gels with them, and that's a word they like to be in reference to themselves. It is cool. Imagine saying it is cool or it is cool. That sounds disrespectful. Yeah, because like it's always about what pronouns people prefer. So a lot of people do think like don't want to be referred to by the pronoun it, which very much fair. I wouldn't like that either. But for example, I do have a friend named City, and one of his pronouns is it. So there are people who like to be referred by it, but it's always about what they like, right? And yeah, so basically neopronouns can also include things like objects, or like what I've seen quite a few times is yeah, some people like to be perceived as like more creature-like, but again, always look for what they say about themselves. So if they I might want to use Blackstar actually. Look at what just they say. Usually if people, especially if people have less commonly known pronouns or use multiple ones, they have it in their bio, in their social media accounts, or they have a link sort of explaining it, because obviously a lot of people don't know. And yeah, it's really good to be informed in that sense. I'm gonna get more food because I'm running out. The cows have been a bit decimated. But yeah, it could be like, for example, I've seen people like have the neopronoun bees. So xenopronouns, no, I think it's just a different word for neopronouns, but it's like, I'm not quite familiar with the term xenopronouns, honestly. I'll have to look that up myself, but neopronouns I do know. So in that sense, it's just another way of, why did I pick up bone meal? I wanted to pick up food, I'm stupid. But it's fine. Sometimes I just get distracted if I'm talking about a topic. We'll just take the last bit of mutton here. And I'll just make myself a good bit of bread. There you go. Where's the bread? There you go. Lots of bread. There we go. Also, if you're wondering what pronouns I use he, they pronouns. Look, exactly, awesome. That's very pog. So yeah, it's really handy to have it be more commonplace to ask for pronouns, because people might use multiple ones, or they might use ones that you don't know yet. But yeah, in that sense, it's all about with names, right? So some people obviously prefer maybe being called by their full first name. Others like a nickname, others have their chosen name, etc., etc. So in that same sense, any form of pronouns, including neopronouns, just fulfill that same purpose. It's about what people see as being like a reference to themselves. So yeah, but I'm not an expert on this, so there's good resources online who will, like, there's even a page that I do know of where you can put in a name and a set of pronouns, and it will give you a text where those pronouns in that name is used. So if you want to see how certain pronouns are used, that's a great resource. I think it's just called, I'll have to look it up, but I think it was called, is it that? Yes, it's called the Pronoun Dressing Room. There we go. So yeah, this, I think I'll just put it in the chat in case you're interested. This is it. Don't put links in chat. I could do it because I'm the broadcaster, but yeah. In that way, you could just put a name. You could put in different, like, subjective, objective, possessive determiner, possessive pronouns, etc. type of person. And then you can try on all of these different things, and it has different types of texts that it will try. Like, for example, it will also give you texts in which, right, it will give you text excerpts from certain books and everything where you can read about how that particular pronoun might look in a text. So it's a great resource, I found. But yeah, there's other people who've talked more eloquently about it, honestly. But what material was this? Was this Blackstone? Hello, let me pick up my materials. Polished Blackstone. Okay, I do want to have polished Blackstone in my cornerstone build, but I want it to be wood otherwise, not marble, because marble looks too fancy, but I do have quite a bit of Blackstone that I haven't used, and I wanted to stand out a bit. Where's my Blackstone? There we go. I'll just pick one of these boys for now. Let's see how much polished. I want the bricks, which means we have to go to our friend Town Hall and get our stuff gone there. But yeah, I wanted to say, Goldini, it's really cool of you that you're looking more into this and that you're educating yourself, and absolutely don't feel like intimidated or anything by it, because it's really awesome, and I hope everyone who's interested, doesn't matter if you're part of the LGBT community or not, especially if you're not actually, that's awesome if you're educating yourself and you're looking into things, and I really, really appreciate that. And to, like, queer people in general, it means a lot usually, so that's very cool. There you go. Okay, so we're using this location here as a spot in terms of building a shop. So I'm just gonna put Blackstone here. I'll actually want to put dirt there because I think it's kind of ridiculous to go a little down here. Where's my shears? There we go. I don't really need that one dirt could go away. It's not dirt, it's wood, but it's fine. There we go. And we're using our Blackstone. There we go. And for entrance purposes, we should have it here. So we'll do a big entrance on this end. I want it to be at the side of where the stairs are, though, so we're gonna put it here. Alright, go on then. Yes, yes, okay. I'll get rid of this one dirt so we can have it like that. Blending in nicely here. There we go. And then again, we're gonna work with wood, probably acacia, since it's kind of close-ish. But I might use jungle either way. I don't know really. Might even use birch, honestly. Like, we could go a bit wild on this. But for now, we're putting the literal foundation down. There we go. Game and hi, Mike! Loved seeing your art on the Discord. Very pog. I've been doing a bit of art as well. A lot of it though for like other purposes. But I really want to talk about what I'm reading at the moment, which has been sort of a little tradition on the channel recently. And I've been loving it, honestly. I don't even remember what I talked about loads before. I know I have a few of the topics, but you know, if you're a streamer, like people who are not streamers, this might be like odd to you, but if you have streamed for like a fair few times, you get to the point where you don't remember what you even talked about on stream. It's kind of weird because I mean I'm a rather frequent streamer, and like even just on the VODs that I've uploaded on YouTube, we've crossed I think almost 100, and yeah, and all of those are like hours long, at least like an hour, and that kind of means, you know, that I don't really remember what I talked about, which makes it hard to feel like I've what's it called? That makes it hard to notice if I've like changed what I talk about or what I used to talk about more like, because I just don't remember. And okay, let me dig out this dirt here. We'll just make this wall a bit higher here at that end because I want this to be the floor level, because that's where the entrance is. Oh my gosh, this shovel is so intense, honestly. But since we need to dig out part of the wall as well to replace it with blackstone, we are fine here. But yeah, it's an odd phenomenon because when I started streaming, I watched back all my own streams because I wanted to see how I was doing and what I could do better and everything. And that way, so I obviously knew what I was talking about. There you go. I need more blackstone, but I have quite a bit more, so it's fine. I'm gonna put dirt in this chest because we have way too much of it. Like, oh my god. Also, this one cobblestone can fuck right off. But yeah, so you just, at the start, I had the time and I was like kind of still really new to streaming, so I watched all my own streams. But nowadays I just don't have the time and I don't really need it, to be honest, as much as I needed it at the beginning. And in that sense, I might make, well, it's not too much hassle. I don't want to do too much of the cobbled polished bricks. But yeah, so I don't really know what I tend to talk about after a while. So I remember it like maybe a week or so-ish. And then at some point I just don't really remember in detail. And it's kind of a strange thing because there's like hours of footage of stuff where I talk about things and I just don't know anymore. Admittedly, I really sort of expected this considering I don't have like the best memory at all times in the first place. Like, that was to be expected, I guess. But it's still kind of odd when you get to that point. And if you stream for long enough, you basically will get to that point inevitably. But yeah, my point there being, I don't really remember when I started talking about the books I read. But I've been doing it a lot recently, and you guys have been liking it. Which I didn't expect. I expected it to be a lot less popular, but then I forget that in today's climate, reading became very popular in the past few years. So even if people don't really read that much themselves, book content is quite popular these days. And I mean, to be fair, I shouldn't be surprised considering I watch it a lot as well. But we'll put in windows later on. Don't worry. And like other details, I'll just want to make this. Okay, where's the 2 blocks? Tall. Yeah, there you go. Okay, that's like the entrance. Don't worry, we'll get to it. Oh man, that's so high though. I don't want it to be that high. 1 second, we'll go 1 down. We'll go 1 down. This is too high. This is too much. This is too much blackstone. It just looks too depressing. And I mean, we haven't even textured it yet, but, you know, it is how it is. It is how it is. And... alright. We'll go around, we'll go around. But yeah, I have been talking about books recently a lot. And I've been loving it, because honestly, book content and like that stuff, and reading as well, it's just one of my favorite things, and I love it a lot. And I'm so happy that I sort of have gotten into this habit. Oh, I ran out. Oh man, I ran out of no. Okay, wait, there's a few more here. Come on. No, it's only 2, god damn it. Would have been lovely if we could have gotten through this in like one crafting move. But wait, I have to do windows anyways, so let's see. Maybe we could get away with it. Okay, that one, absolutely not, because there's staircases right there. How do we want to approach this? Like that. Okay, I have an idea, I have an idea. Don't you worry about it. Okay, we'll do a few windows here. Okay, these can't be windows because they're in the mountain, but one window here, that's fine enough. I do want it to be there, and then the second one here. There you go. Alas, anyways, what I was trying to talk about here is what I just started reading very recently, and I literally only mentioned it by name last stream, which, by the way, yeah, I was literally like so dead yesterday I wouldn't have been able to entertain in the slightest. Like, oh my gosh, it was a struggle. Okay, let me see, can we put a separate, there we go. Okay, okay, I like it, I like it. It's getting there. Okay, not that one. Okay, wait. I would have this like as a cool window. Okay, we gotta do this. And then I like it like that. Yes, yes, okay, I like that. This part, let me think about. I do like those being up higher. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, no. This one, no windows here. There you go. Now we even have leftovers for no reason. God damn it. But, yeah, I started reading a book called The Hamilton Affair, which, by the name, should give you sort of the clue what it's about. But if you don't know, it's about, it's like a historical fiction novel about Alexander Hamilton and his later wife, Elizabeth Schuyler. So it's early American historical fiction, basically. As in, not the historical fiction was early, but the setting is early. And in that sense, I'm like 100 pages in, and I'll tell you this, okay? Oh, Jesus. I nailed dust there. My gosh. Sorry, chat. Take a sip. My gosh. Alas, what I was trying to say. I got this book a while back when I first watched the musical Hamilton, which a lot of you might know. It's, I've heard it's quite popular. No, I'm kidding. It was obviously culturally pretty big a few years ago. And, let me see. I'm trying to think. Well, okay, we'll test it out. We'll test it out. Because we have multiple materials that could come into question for our build. Let me get the acacia. So you have 3 different woods, which would work, you know, would work for this. 2 are basically colors that we've used for the just other buildings, so they would match with the theme. But the third one is just if we want to go for more sort of similar color scheme to the official other building, but just with wood. So option 1 is acacia wood. I'll just make little stripes here with each of the colors. The other one is birch, which is technically the color of the capital, but we'll just ignore that violently for a hot minute. And then the other one is Jungle. And I'll have a look. I think Jungle's too dark. I don't know if Acacia looks that good in this combination in vanilla Minecraft. And my texture pack doesn't look too bad. And I think we'll go with it, actually, because of the association of birch with the capitals. I think having the capital colors is just not the best choice here. But we'll need a lot more acacia wood. Because, oh my god. Acacia. My beloved. I'm kidding. But, acacia wood is kind of one of the rarer-ish ones. Not too much, though. It's fine. I'll just have to get a little bit more of it for that purpose. There you go. Could use oak, but I just don't care. We could also use calcite. Concrete is just going to look terrible, so we're just not going to do it. We are just going to use acacia. Wait. Let me get my... where are they? There you go. My acacia seeds. And then a fair bit of bone meal. But we'll go to bed first, I think. Wait. There you go. Let me put some of that away. Oh, actually, we'll put that here. Jungle fence. We can put that there. Oh. The ladders as well. The door, we don't need those right now. I'll just put the dirt away. That should be fine. Anyways. I got that book when I originally... Leo, my man! Thank you for the raid. How was your stream? I saw you were playing music. How did it go? Did you have fun? I'm just talking about the new book I've started to read. Called The Hamilton Affair. Very, you know, pronounced title. But, so yeah, basically, got that book because of the musical. And I'm 100 pages in, and it's not too bad. It's actually interesting if you... Thank you for the mod work, Blue. We're building on a little corner shop type thing in Aralide. Not the best. I have fallen off, but it's fine. I had fun. At least you had fun, King, and I'm sure you'll get back into it. Okay, let me do my little acacia planting in the back, as I have done customarily. That's also where you can spot from here the little bit of snow over there, because that's the snow machine path, and I've kind of left it there because I thought it would be funny. Hello, can you grow, please, for the love of God? Okay, let me see. Can I plant this fucker? Nope. Ta-da. Why are you doing so poorly, my little acacia? Gotta get my bone meal. But yeah, anyways, I read it, and from the writing style, it's a bit choppy. Not like terrible. It's pretty decent, and you do get to know quite a bit about the characters. But so I told you, right? It's like a dual perspective where it's one perspective is Alexander Hamilton and his like at the moment I'm in the part where it's like the War of Independence. And blah, blah, blah. And then the other half is about Elizabeth Schuyler, or Eliza, and sort of her, I'd say, quote-unquote, coming of age as, like, a daughter of a wealthy family, and, like, her family struggles, blah, 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 etc. And I didn't know that much about Eliza, just a bit, so her perspective is interesting. But Alexander Hamilton's perspective, right, this book is... basically 100%, like, from the time when it came out, and the topic, and the title, literally everything. It's the book that someone would gravitate to if they had watched their musical Hamilton, right? But I would say with a caveat, it's the book you would gravitate towards unless you're a big fan like me who read a bunch of shit, but thank you. But it's the book you would gravitate to if you had looked at the biography which inspired the musical and decided that one was too long for you, or you're not a non-fiction guy. Because, right, the Alexander Hamilton biography on which the musical is based upon is like 800 pages. So, if you are like, oh man, 800 pages sounds like a lot, and also maybe non-fiction is something you struggle with, you would think historical fiction novel would be the deal for you, right? Unfortunately, I did in fact read that long-ass biography, and I loved it. It's an amazing biography, but I do recognize again that if I'm coming with the 700+ page non-fiction recommendations, that's not the norm of what people will enjoy. So I'd say this book, if you're coming into it only knowing the musical, so far at least, it's very interesting because you get to learn a lot more about Eliza, and you also get to hear sort of a more historically accurate version of Alexander Hamilton's life, right? It's very accurate compared to like in like a lot of the details, right? It's very much what you find out if you read the biography. But coming into it from the perspective of someone who read the biography, and I read it intensely, chat. Like, you don't know. I read this about like a year ago. I read it with a book club. And I loved that book. It's awesome. Point being, if you've read the biography, it's not adding that much because the writing style is okay, but it's not blowing me out of the water. It's not blowing me away there. And in that sense, I'm saying I'm like liking it okay. It's basically my little conclusion so far. I've read 100 pages out of this 400-page book, mind you. And it's like, fair enough, right? But also I'm saying, right, if your idea as an author, because this person is also a non-fiction writer usually, but she's written a few historical, like, fiction novels, which makes sense, right? But if your goal was, okay, I'm gonna get the Hamilton fanboy crowd, basically, and I'm kind of like, my whole point is to bank on the people who like Hamilton but don't like non-fiction and or long books. Why did she make it 400 pages anyways? Like, I'm not a guy who doesn't read long books. Again, read the Hamilton biography. I will just say it here. I'm still proud of that one because it is a hefty book, but it's very well written. And like, if your whole thing is I'm gonna bring in the Hamilton crowd, like, you really could have just written a 300-page book and appealed a lot more to maybe a younger audience who might be put off for 400 pages plus. But, like, it is interesting to learn more about at least this historical fiction version of Eliza Hamilton, or, you know, earlier Elizabeth Schuyler or Eliza Schuyler, because I didn't know much about it, because obviously a biography about Hamilton is mostly about Hamilton, and only really talks about Eliza after she's in Hamilton's life, which obviously she had like an entire life and a childhood and everything before she got married. So I might be interested in actually reading a biography about Elizabeth Schuyler now, because she's a cool lady. In terms of she has an interesting history. Not that I personally approve of her life, because in the end, she was someone who was born into an insane amount of privilege. And yeah, that comes with a lot of stipulations if you were born at the time when she was born. But still, I'd say if you like historical fiction, I would recommend this book. If you liked Hamilton the musical and you don't like non-fiction, I might like say maybe this might still be interesting to you. We're gonna put in the acacia wood. I'm gonna decide how big I'm gonna make this. But first off, there you go. There you go. I'm just running around with my acacia real fast. Here, there you go. And then we're gonna decide what's up. But yeah, so I'm excited to get through with it. And it's been relatively easy to read, I'll be honest. It's not difficult, even if you don't know much like about historical stuff, I'd expect. There you go. We'll do it like that. And then we'll do it like this. There you go. Because I want these windows to be a tad bigger. And then we'll have a look how it's going. There we go. Okay. Is that window-wise alright? Or does it look odd? Okay, this is like where you go in, and this is like the house design for the shop. So this is going to be where like all the shelves with things are going to be, like in this case chests with things, and then we're going to have like a little area with the little register area. So I'm thinking this is not bad. Let me get some doors crafted. Ah, crap. Didn't mean to do that. Let me get some doors here. Yeah, there you go. Gonna get acacia doors in this house. But first, of course, gotta get rid of the floor level real fast. There you go. Let me get the floor out, because, yeah. But I'm thinking, for a convenience type store, we might actually use the leftover white concrete we have. Because I think a shop should have, like, a clean floor. And white looks very nice in Minecraft. And just in general in life, honestly. So yeah, we're gonna have a little convenience store round the corner. So you'd go by, it's like convenience store by the hill. So I want it to be a bit taller though, but it's coming along. Look, it's like a big enough location, definitely. And it's not so big that it just obscures all of the pretty buildings that I spent ages on, and that everyone else, sorry, also spent ages on. But all right, let me go over here. And oh no, I wanted to get the concrete. God damn it, I'm stupid sometimes. I have to concrete my house, I think. Oh, up top. I'm gonna look up top first, in case it's there. Because at this point, some stuff is just in my personal house, and other stuff just isn't. No, that's white wall. So yeah, I have to concrete my house. Concrete in my house. But yeah, that's that. And I'm still recovering from being so disappointed in my last read, especially because it's so, you know. Let me throw this crap out. I don't need it. It was such a, like, could have been a favorite, but sadly just wasn't. And that's always the ones that hurt the most, I've found. We might need to make more white concrete, but we'll just try it out. But first off, we're fixing the holes in the floor, because I think everyone will just freak out if I leave them in. Plus, it might spawn, like, mobs, which sucks. There you go. Just fixing the holes. But yeah, so I'm recovering from that. I don't know if I need to. I have 2 more books that I have to read for school. One of those is a play, so it's pretty chill. Like, that's not gonna take ages. So there we go. We'll see how much we have. Okay, we'll need a lot more, and I mean a lot. Oh my god, this is gonna go terrible. Might have to go with wool, actually. But first off, we'll do the baseline. There you go. There you go. Struggling. Because I remember that we just had such a hard time finding white dye. I'll have a look, 1 minute. Oh crap, I just ruined all of these fields. Craperinos, that was bad. It was the water that just flooded out here. God damn it. Well, we should have leftover seeds, right? Yep, we do. We always do. I'll just replant real fast, and then we go to bed, and then I'm thinking about the white dye problem. Also, I was sure there were... Oh, there's the seeds. They were just washed down the hill here. Also, I swear to God I had torches on these. So why do I have seeds in my hand? There you go. Leave the goddamn seeds. There you go. I swear there were torches on there. God damn it. Screw you, plants. I'll just throw you out right here. There you go. Get screwed. So I think I have a bit more time until I have to read those 2 books. I think until next month. And that means after I finish that book, I could either read one of my backlogs, which is books I've started but not finished, and that was like a while ago. But since I just did that exact thing with 6-4, which I talked about extensively, how much I, was just like determined to read it and finish it, despite the fact that it was 768 pages and it was grueling. But I can be quite determined when it comes to just finishing something. So I wasn't too bothered, I'll be honest. Like, it wasn't a great book in the slightest, but it was kind of worth reading just to have finished it in that sense. It was giving me that satisfaction, you know, of like, okay, I can finally put this away. I can finally actually sell this, or like, you know, which to be fair was gonna be cool. Also, yo, today I sold 4 books, chat. Hype for me. And the funniest thing was, right, okay, I sell like my crap on eBay, blah blah blah, irrelevant for you boys, but I looked at, like, I got like notifications when I woke up that like 4 of my books had sold that I put up for sale. If you want to know, one was this book that I thought I might like, that was from my dad, about 5 women being stranded on an island, but I just didn't care because it's like ages old. Then the other one was a thriller that didn't sound that interesting anymore and didn't have good ratings. Then it was one of the Duckburg comics, but one I had read and didn't love. And then Doctor Who short story collection, which was fine, but with short story collections, it can be that case when you don't like the majority of them and you only like a few, then it just, the whole thing just doesn't, just isn't like the vibe. And for that one, it took me ages, and I just didn't find the stories, specifically like about 70% of the stories, to be like just fine and not incredible. White concrete. So I sold all of those, and I looked at the people who bought them, and I expected like all of those to have been bought by the same person because, you know, they were bought very quickly in succession, but they were all 4 different people, which I found incredibly strange. Like, genuinely, it was odd. It was quite odd. How do you make white concrete? White concrete, thank you. Please tell it to me. Nice, I had to make dinner just there, but I suppose you already know I'm reading Ariadne currently. Yes, I did see. Is that the copy, like the cover you own? Because I've seen the one with like the gold accents. White concrete. Minecraft. Wait, I'm just gonna look up how to make white dye Minecraft. Can you make it? What can you make it out of? I own the blue and gold one. Oh, that's good. That's a good one. Open the crafting table. You can make it out of bone meal? Really? Genuinely? Okay, let me try that out. Because if you do, we don't have a white dye problem anymore. Where's my bone meal? I genuinely thought it could only be like the fucking white lilies of the valley. Yes! Oh my god. We have lucked out. So well. I'm so happy. You always learn something new about Minecraft, don't you? But also, can we say RIP Fireflies? I just got recommended this clip from Minecraft, like, asks, where they, like, reply to questions. I actually didn't get the clip recommended. I got Phil's a Minecraft reacting to the answers being given recommended, and I watched him watch it, which is a weird tangent. But oh my god, they removed the fucking fireflies. I'm so sad. They removed the fireflies. No. How dare they? How dare they, honestly? Just sad. 07. Drop an 07 for the fireflies that we're not gonna get. At least not anytime soon. 07. I swear we had gravel. Do we not? We should have gravel in the pile. Tell me what you think of it after you've read it. Because I've heard good things, but do we really not have any? We do have sand, that's not a problem, but do we really not have any gravel? Really? Genuinely? What the fuck? Okay. Time to go gravel hunting, I guess. Let me do that real fast. But where was I? Yeah, anyway, so I did sell 4 books. That was pretty poggers. Made me feel quite good. Yaki, thank you so much for the raid, King. Really appreciate it. How was your stream? We are hunting for gravel at the moment because I need gravel to make some concrete. There we go. So far, the tone of storytelling is very close to Song of Achilles, minus the gay. I forgot, did you like Song of Achilles? Hi, Raiders! Hope the stream was well. Hope you're doing good. Just getting gravel. Let me get a fair bit of gravel. There we go. To stop almost drowning. Let me just... did you like Song of Achilles? I think you liked it, but I don't remember. I'll be honest. So, let me ask again. Is that dirt? Oh yeah, I picked up dirt. Crap, I'm stupid. I just need a bit more gravel. I think we should be fine with 30 gravel. Oh, it'll take 32. It's gonna be alright. There you go. Oh, you continue to play, Legend of Zelda, Poggers. Hope you had a good stream, mate. We get the Raiders in today. What a time. I also found out, which is so dumb, and I'm so annoyed at myself that I don't Google things properly. Generally, yeah, but I don't know if it was necessary, per se. You had to play the actual video game, oh boy. Was it necessary? I mean, is anything ever necessary? Because the thing is, right, I've heard a lot of people really love that book. We're talking about the Song of Achilles. I heard a lot of people really like it. But very recently, I've seen 1 or 2 people that because I'm always on the hunt to watch, like, new book people. Because I'm quite particular, I'll be honest, right? I'm particular with my book content, which I think is rather fair of me. Because everyone has different tastes, right? And I want to talk about it, actually, about book content, because I watch a lot of it. But yeah, I watched a few people recently who didn't really like it. So, kind of interesting. Because for a while, it felt like everyone on their mum loved that book unequivocally. But I definitely want to try it, because I've never read Madeline Miller's work, who's the author of Song of Achilles and also of Circe. And I don't know if she had a book recently as well. But those two are, like, super popular. Do you really need that much concrete for this? God damn it. This is a lot of concrete. But thankfully I have the ingredients to make more, so we are fucking good. Oh, yeah, no, we need a lot more gravel, apparently. Oh my god, we need so much gravel for this. But half a stack should be fine. So we should be poggers. We should be good. But, yeah, no, okay, book content, right? I don't know, some of you guys might be people who watch, like, book content on TikTok. Some of you guys might be avid, was it here? No, it wasn't. Avid, like, book YouTube people. Maybe you are, like, on Instagram, or I don't know where else people look into book stuff, but those are the ones that I know about. This is why I got my gravel. And I have there's a lot of valid criticism, plus I got a lot of hype. It just couldn't live up to generally. But yeah, that's the thing, right? Okay, let me go on about this, right? Because when I talk about, like, that I have, I'd say, somewhat particular taste of when it comes to book people, right? So I've had a few people that I've liked recently. Not recently, but for a while. Okay, one example is Jack Edwards. Edwards. He's a booktuber type person. I think he's a pretty cool guy. We don't exactly share the exact reading, like, preferences, but he makes really fun content. Definitely a recommendation there. But, so yeah, I have, like, a few people that I've watched for a while. But then recently I've been looking into getting a few more people because I've been craving content, as you do. And that made me realize that there's a few things I just don't really vibe with when it comes to book content. One is really, really, really long videos. Okay? And this is not because of an attention span problem, it's more because of it feels unnecessary to me. So, I mean, I watch as many, like, 30, 40, 50-minute video essays as the next guy, and also I watch, like, Twitch live streams, which tend to be hours long. But, right, when it comes to, and that's one of the reasons why I like book content, but that's more like the one Jack Edwards makes, where I like when you're having a specific topic, like, for example, what were the books I read in the last month? Or you're talking about, I'm gonna go to bed and sit in Minecraft, not in real life. if you're talking about, the books I read last month, or if you're making like a recommendations video, or you're making like a reading like video, right? I feel like there's sort of a general amount of time that you could reasonably have that video be, and it makes sense. But then there's people who just make videos that are like 800 times the length of what I feel like is reasonable in the context. So, for example, right, if you're talking about, hey, I'm going to do like a fun reading challenge. So one thing I've seen a few people do is like reading the most hyped books in a specific category, which is to the point of hype, right? And they're like, oh, I've read the 5 most popular like thrillers or romances or something, right? That video concept to me, right, warrants maximum like a 25-minute video. But then I see these booktubers who make like hour 15 videos on like such a simple topic. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is one booktuber where I like him as like his personality. I think he's a cool guy. His name's Gavin, if you're interested. How to Train Your Gavin is his channel name. Very like charismatic guy. I think he makes like really interesting content, but a lot of his content is just so long. Like, oh my gosh, he's the guy who makes literally like hours long videos for random things, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I like you, man, but Jesus Christ. So yeah, I found that you know, if you're a book content creator and your content about books is like the same content I've seen someone else do in 15 minutes and you spend an hour and 15 on it, I just don't have to fucking, like, I just think it's unjustifiably long. Just feels like you're trying to, like, either maybe you might be a lovely person, again, in the example of Gavin, who's, like, the only person who makes long-form content where I occasionally watch some stuff. But again, even with him, I watch a video that, even if it's a video that I really like, and I watch it, like, multiple increments, because I just get, oh my god, it's just so long. So yeah, in terms of looking for new people to watch, I don't watch people who have just every video of theirs is like 2 hours long. I'm like, Jesus Christ. And it's strange, because some of those people then also have videos that are like 15 to 20 minutes, and I'm like, hello? Like, I feel like it would work a lot better for more people if your content wasn't ages long. Especially since stuff like Book Talk is super popular, which obviously is like TikTok length content. So I'm like, why? Why? But anyways, my point here was, I find it, I was thinking maybe we could do a fun little glass insert into the roof. But on that sense, I was like, okay, that's one thing I struggle with. The other, of course, is I will not like a content creator if it's someone who has obviously literally the opposite taste in books. Like, I will watch someone who has slightly different things, but basically, I always look if someone has read and, like, reviewed some books that I really liked, or controversially, some books I really didn't like, and if they have the exact opposite opinions of me, and there's, like, not a lot of it matches up, I just don't really watch their videos, because like, I feel like when you're watching book content or you're watching people talk about it, half of it is you're just wanting to be entertained. That's why even people who don't read might watch book content. But the other half is you're looking for, like, recommendations, and you're looking to, like, connect with people. So, but obviously if someone has, like, the literal exact opposite of my, like, preferences in reading, I will just not be happy on that front. So, makes sense, I'd say, right? I've been thinking, this is a convenience store. I think I should actually have glass in these instead of fences, so I'll use some of my glass. But yeah, on that front, it's basically, do I have, like, literally the exact opposite taste? And I've had this recently a few times when I was like, oh, this channel doesn't look too bad, and then I check out, like, their thumbnails or watch, like, a video or two, and then they literally, like, have the exact opposite taste as me, and I'm like, well, this is not gonna work out, sadly. I think we have just enough. Oh no, those big windows, god damn it. I forgot the big ones. God damn. I thought I could get away with not crafting new windows. Oh my gosh. Okay, but it should be fine. We should be chill. I'll just use one of these little fuckers. But yeah, so that's what I think about it is and one thing I found really strange, because this is literally, I've happened upon this like 2-3 times. Seems like a weird trend where I discovered someone who makes book content and I'm like, interesting, right? And I might like the person's content or might be interested in checking it out. And then I check out their channel or they make like a comment. And there was like this, and this is what I meant about books or reading becoming kind of like popular and being like a big thing recently, is that there's so many people who make like book content now who only started to read, even never mind make book talk content or like booktube content, they only started to read like a year ago. Which, chill, I'm like super happy that it's become like more cool. I'm not here to gatekeep reading because that's BS. But I found it very interesting that it's such a trend that a lot of people I saw, like their old videos were like lifestyle or beauty or maybe like vlogging, and now they're doing like book content almost exclusively. And that was quite interesting, I thought. I don't really have a lot of thoughts like why that might be. It just sort of is a thing. Wait, I don't want it to have one row higher. Oh, I have an idea, actually. Wait, would that be a bold choice? Let me see. I will just try this out if this works at all. Wait, let me see. Okay, we need a lot more of this, but does this look alright? Or is it too, like, blocky? Oh, no worries. I mean, I hope you enjoy your gifted sub, King. Thank you for the message. I appreciate it. I don't know. I think I want to add texture before we add higher rows to this, because it looks too like cake layer. It's not giving me good energy. So first off, we'll add a few stripped logs in here. There you go. It just doesn't look good. Okay, never mind. Ignore what I just said. Do I want normal logs? Does normal logs work? Because they look kind of similar. Yes, okay, we'll go with the normal logs instead of the stripped ones. Okay, let me climb up on that. There we go. And then I'll just do here. There you go. Careful. Okay, I'm just gonna do a few little bips and bobs everywhere. Okay, there you go. And then one up here. Then just actually do that. And then I'll do here. There you go. Just getting a bit of texture because I don't want it to look super samey all the time. There you go. There you go. But yeah, so I found it interesting. But also one thing I kind of struggled with is because, well, alright, so I feel like there's sort of these, again, probably no one gives a shit because they don't get, like, I think very, like, on a meta level about a lot of things, including, like, what kinds of content. And what I found kind of is that it's a bit of a, hello, why do I keep running? God damn it. What am I trying to think? Oh yeah, I wanted to find stuff to texture the blackstone with. Let me get some of that on me. Wait, actually, let me put the glass away. There you go. Glass put away. Let me put the dye away. Some concrete powder. There you go. Let me put some blackstone in my hand. Because I'm trying to think about what blackstone would look good as a texture block for this. Because I think just normal bricks, if that's possible. Because this one should look polished and like put together. But, I mean, yeah. I just think it would look good for a normal type of building to have a little bit more texture. So I'm thinking, do I have like normal bricks? I don't think so, which is a shame. But I think we could just use some polished. I'll just make 16 for now. We'll see what this brings us. But yeah, what I found very interesting is that a lot of people sort of with their content drop into these different categories, and at least in video form, right? Unlike other like pictures, or I'm not much on TikTok, I'll be honest, but in terms of like picture content, there's more diversity, I feel like. But on YouTube, all I've really seen were there's sort of these two, like three archetypes, okay, in terms of what people read, aside from just what's just popular at the moment, which fair enough, we all do that. But so it's wait, let me light up the area real fast just in case we get any unfriendly guests. We don't want that. Real fast. There you go. Okay, it's coming together very nicely. That aside from just reading like the popular things, that there's sort of these three categories. One is the fantasy content creator, right, in terms of books. So people who mostly read fantasy. Hi Jacob! Heyo big man, how are you? I love your new profile picture, I think it's new. Very striking. But yeah, as a fantasy guy, then, or gal, or person, you know, just generally I'm using guy in just a neutral sense. But, okay, yeah, I'm putting that there. Where's my... These guys, we have 4 more left. I'm not going to make any more because I think 16 seems fine. Ayo, ayo. I feel like an influencer now. I don't like it. It's a very professional picture, Jacob. Don't feel bad about it. There you go. Okay, now we've got our texture. Let me go to bed. An influencer. Yeah, we're all influencers with little quotation marks around our names, like influencer. But yeah, so there's the fantasy, then there's the romance, but like general romance, and then there's the literary like fiction or general fiction guy type of person in terms of content, right? Which it makes sense to specialize, both from a like just from a content creator perspective. Makes sense if you're like, okay, I'm gonna make content that appeals to one type of audience. Makes a lot of sense. I'm trying to think. Does it make sense, though, to add a little barrier of acacia? I'll just have a look if that works. Hypothetically. Does that work or not? Is that like a look? Do it, dare you? Of what? I can't tell if it's gonna look good or not. So we'll just try it out, alright? We'll try it out. We'll just get a bit more acacia wood. Hello, can I let go of this one block? Fucking hell. Okay, let me get more wood, because we don't have any more. The sadness. Acacia saplings, my little thing here, there you go. Let's go to our location. It's coming along though. I really like having the store right here. Think not to spoil the mood, but I'll let you know I could at any point redeem to end your stream, you know. Oh god, Red Moderator has achieved the 100k end stream requirement. Oh no. Oh god. Monkass. Chuckling, I'm in danger. Oh boy. But yeah, so it makes sense from a content creator perspective. And a lot of people, to be fair, are people who read one specific genre. But then there I am, who reads multiple like genres, but I'm not a big fantasy guy, I'll be honest. In terms of like the types of like, especially romance fantasy, I'm just not there. Like, I read it occasionally, but I'm just not like, that's the whole thing, that I'm not extremely loyal to genres in books. Like, I have genres that I really like, but overall, I'm not super... Like, I'm more interested in the specific story than necessarily the genre of the book. So, I struggle a lot with finding book creators who are similar in that sense, where, yes, they might have a preference in certain genres, but they will also read outside of their genre. Or just in general, right? That have a little bit more similar-ish taste. And the thing is, I have such a broad taste, so it should make sense. But what I found is that either it's people who specialize a lot on a specific genre, especially genres that I'm not extremely like married to, like fantasy or romance fantasy, or even like the traditional, especially like old school romance. I don't read that much of it. I like romance, actually. It's not like a challenge on that one. Like, I have read a lot of romance, especially queer YA romance, and I like that genre a lot, I'll be honest. But like the classical romance, especially like straight romances, are just not something where I'm like especially interested. Like, I like it, but it's not like I'm married to this genre. This is all I'm trying to say here. But I found it difficult because either it's people whose special genre or their specialization is something that isn't like mine particular, because I don't really have one. I mean, if LGBTQ plus books is a genre, but it's so broad because everything fits in that. It's more like a trope, I guess, but that's basically my favorite genre, if you will. But I've not found any booktubers who have that as a genre. Like, where's the queer booktubers? What the fuck? Like, even the queer ones have, like, another specialty. Like, Gavin, for example, which I mentioned is a booktuber I like. His favorite thing is, like, middle grade novels, which I like. But I'm not, like, obsessed with middle grade as a concept. I've liked a lot of middle grade novels, especially ones from my childhood, of course. But, like, and there's a few really incredible ones that have come out recently. But I'm not, like, married to the genre. Jack Edwards, for example, likes literary fiction a lot more than me, but he makes it interesting, so I still watch. And we do have a lot more in common, even though, again, also not a perfect match on me. Most fantasy romance is just elementary horror stories for grown-ups. I absolutely don't have a problem with, like, fantasy romance even as a genre. What I would say is I'm much more of a standalone or small series kind of guy. Unless it's Rick Riordan or Rick Riordan, then I'm a fucker and I'm a sucker and I'm in there. But, like, that sounded so wrong that I'm talking about. You know what I mean? I'm a big fan of Rick Riordan's work, but that's more because his specific writing, not because I generally like the concept of long series. And with fantasy romance, often those are series where there's 3 books, 5 books, 10 books in a series, and I'm like, oftentimes I just don't care, okay? I just don't care. And it's just too much for me. So I'm like, okay, fair enough. But yeah, I found, like, even the LGBT plus content creators who are booktubers don't have, like, queer books as their main genre, quote unquote. Which makes me sad. If you have any recommendations, please let me know. Because, like, that would be right up my fucking alley. I've seen, like, people who do Instagram content, which is, like, queer books, but I've not seen any people who do YouTube, which I would love. And then the other thing is, right, so we have the people who have their genre, like Gavin, as an example here, just ought to be like the Magic Dragons ones, and the rest is just focusing on some dude. That's true, and also we can talk about the misogyny, the sexism, the heteronormativity of the fantasy genre as a whole, but I'm not here to critique from the outside in, because I've read a lot of fantasy when I was a lot younger than I am now, and I've read a lot of YA fantasy. And again, there's fantasy like the Percy Jackson books that I really love, right? Like, I'm not here to hate on the genre at all. But yeah, so I found that people have their genre. And then there's the other ones who read, like, books that are currently popular. So, like, TikTok popular books and stuff like that. Which, yeah, can be interesting. But then that's, like, a genre that, because there's, like, a limited amount of books that are hyped at one time. If you have, like, 1 or 2 people that you watch who read those types of books mainly, you are gonna not have that many different books where you get different opinions, because it's gonna be like the same 15 to 20 books at a specific time. Which, fair enough, absolutely valid. And there's a lot of books that get really hyped that I have also really loved. There's often a reason why books get hyped, so it's not like that. But yeah, Daph, it's just also the fantasy romance. It's not just fantasy or romance on its own. Yeah, because that's, like, a whole different thing. If you, like, high fantasy, what they call it, which is, like, complex worlds and stuff, is a whole different thing. Romance is a whole different thing. But, yeah, so if someone mainly does content that is about, like, the current hyped books, it might, like, after, like, the 3rd booktuber that I've seen who does that, I'm like, okay, yeah, now I've heard about this book like 800 times. If I want to read it, I will read it, or if I've read it, I've read it. But, like, okay, right? And then the other part of it, right, is that because it's always books that the people discover because they watch, like, TikTok, for example, there's always that element of people discussing how, like, the book being hyped influenced their enjoyment, either, like, positively, negatively, otherwise. And why do I keep running back and forth? Do I have enough wood? Not a lot, but we'll do a little bit of progress. But yeah, so hypes has such a role because it is the way the person discovered the book. And I'm someone who has a skeptical view of the concept, right? On one hand, I totally understand the concept of having sort of your expectations, maybe having really high expectations, and then you read it and you are let down by it. But at the same time, I just get a bit annoyed because I feel like sometimes people do it to themselves. And this is exactly why I struggle when someone only makes content about really hyped books. Because the whole concept is that a lot of people have realized, hey, maybe being super overhyped over a book actually harms your enjoyment. But then if all the content you see that is bookish, which might be interesting to you as a person, like it is to me, is about hyped books, then naturally you're going to only get more hyped and eventually potentially more disappointed about a specific book. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword, right? Where you might see content about a specific book because it's hyped, which leads you to be more hyped. And when you read it, you might be more disappointed. But I also have sort of, like, I go into it and I've read a lot of books that have been really hyped, right? Recently. And a lot of those I've actually really liked as well. And and one thing I've really noticed is that there are people who will read a book because it's hyped, even if they know that it's absolutely not their taste, and then they don't like it. And I'm like, bro, books are the same thing as any other media. Just because something is in general popular at the moment doesn't mean it will be to your liking. And I always get really frustrated with that kind of stuff, because it's like, you could have known that you wouldn't like this book, right? Like, make like 2 seconds of actual research, right? Don't just see a book in an influencer's video and they say it's good and then you just buy it and then you get disappointed because it's absolutely not to your taste. Like, bro, please. But yeah, especially people who maybe have only gotten into books recently, it feels like there's a lot less in terms of just trying to figure out what your actual taste is and realizing that not every book that's super hyped is maybe to your taste, and that's not the book's fault, that's just how your specific taste is. And that always really frustrates me. Like, there's this one person, even though I liked this person's, what's her name? Haley, who's one of the people who used to do other content and now does book content, at least on her second channel. But yeah, I've watched like all of her book videos because admittedly they're very well done, right? But she's a person who's only started reading a year ago, and especially at the beginning, there was a lot of buying books because she got hyped about them, then read them and realized they were absolutely not to her taste. And then after watching a few videos, I realized what books she liked, and then she talked about a new book she's got, and I'm like, you will not like this, honey. Like, okay, let's say your thing is fast-paced books, you like romance, you have very specific things that you don't like, and then someone comes in with a book that's absolutely none of those things, you might end up liking it, but in the end, if you develop your own taste, it might also mean that you might develop a taste against a specific book or a specific type of thing, right? Like, again, I'm saying, okay, I'm not a big fan of long fantasy romance series. AKA, this means I will not read long fantasy romance series, no matter how hyped they are. Like, because just the concept, especially the specific concept, doesn't interest me, right? So you could come in with something like, A Court of Thorns and Roses is, I think, the name? It's a really, really popular book series. But like, you could come in with that, or like something like Throne of Glass, I think that's a series as well. You could come up with the most hyped book of all time, right? And I will not read it if I don't also find it interesting. That makes sense. Sorry. I got on a big rant there, but yeah, it just makes me sad because there's so many people who I feel like could really find more books that they genuinely like if they actually listen to their own taste and not just book hype. Because sometimes you might be surprised. You might read a book that's absolutely out of your comfort zone. You might end up loving it. You might discover new things. But it's about going in with a different mindset, right? It's about going in, are you expecting this to be good because people told you? Or are you like, hey, this is very outside of what I usually like, so I might not like it, but I'm willing to give it a try. It's like eating food, you know? It's exactly like eating food, actually. Like, not every food recommendation is made sort of equally in that sense. So someone's favorite food could be like really spicy or have a specific ingredient that you don't like, and you not liking it is not on the person who recommended the book. It's not on this case the food, right? It's not on the people who told you this food would be the best food you've ever eaten. It's not on the food itself. It's just a difference in, literally a difference in taste. And yeah, so in that sense, as I'm not a new reader, I've read my whole life. Literally, I've had a library card since I was 4. And as someone who's relatively clear about his personal book taste, I find it really difficult to find more booktubers than the like 1 or 2 that I like that actually have sort of, that don't fall into these 2 camps. A, being very focused on a genre that I am not super focused on, or only reading super hyped books and, you know, oh yeah, I wanted to get bone meal. I was like, why did I go to home? But yeah, so I've struggled with that a lot. I've been exploring it. And then, yeah, a lot of times I see someone reading a super hyped book that I just think is not a good book. And if they really like it, for example, I'm like, Or people who just have really dumb complaints. I'm sorry, I'm just being a negative Nancy, but it's all my thoughts that I've had when I was watching like book talk videos or like booktube videos the last 2 days. It's like, where's my bone meal? Me just sitting there and thinking, honey, please. I know, like, I'm sure you'd love this or this or this book, but why are you reading this book that is absolutely not to your taste? And then you just talk about, like, even if it's a book that I personally, for example, didn't like, and someone else also didn't like it, but they went in with completely different expectations to the book, I'm like, you could have just avoided this, right? And it's like, because I think it's one thing to be happy or unhappy with a book's execution, but if you didn't like the general concept of the book, but you only read it because it's like hyped on book talk at the moment, I'm like, honey, please. But yeah, so I find it really hard. So if you guys have if there's any people in my chat at the moment who also like content that is about books on TikTok or YouTube, and you have any creators who match sort of my criteria, i.e. not just read super hype books and are not like super fantasy oriented, especially fantasy oriented, and bonus points if they like queer books, please tell me those creators' names, because I want to find more people whose recommendations I can actually like follow. Because it's one thing to watch book videos for me to find entertainment, but I'm also there to maybe find some more underrated or newer books, or just in general to hear other people's opinions and maybe get interested in a book that I hadn't heard before. And I've just not found a lot of creators who fulfill that specific... perfect. That specific sort of function. And I find it really sad. So I'm like, man. And also, yeah, another thing is, right, which again, this is no tea, no shade. I love that people have been getting into reading and that it's quote-unquote become a popular thing. Absolutely none of those things bother me in the slightest, genuinely. But also, again, I'm coming from the perspective of not only a long-term reader, but also a really fast reader. So someone who may have only recently started reading, and especially if you're a slower reader, might have really different criteria to what books they want to read or what focus they have. For example, I don't really mind a book that's a bit slower paced, if it's not too slow, or that has a lot of pages, or that is maybe a classic, because it is in my literary wheelhouse. So my priorities are obviously not books that are for people who've just started reading that might be perfectly suited for their needs, because those are not mine. I don't need to have a book that's so fast-paced that I will have serotonin from finishing it, because I read fast enough to finish books anyways, even if it's a 300-page book. This is not a brag, it's just a fact. And I find it really kind of... Basically what I'm trying to say is that a lot of the content that I found, especially on YouTube when it comes to books, was content that just didn't feel in the slightest like it was that I was at all the target demographic, despite the fact that it's about a subject I like, which is books. Yeah, so if you have recommendations, let me know. Okay, yeah, I should try and figure out how to do the roof situation. Because I'm thinking... I wanted to do partially glass at the top, but I think this is going to be too high. I think I'm going to make this the roof. I have an idea how to do it, actually. Let me think about it. Let me think about it real fast. Because, yeah, let me see. Can I slot this? Oh, no, we can't walk by then. Crap. Because that's a problem. That's a problemo. It's a big problem. Okay, hypothetically, if I were to... Let me take one of these guys. Okay. Hypothetically, if I were to build it one higher, would that work? Or would that be in everyone's face again? Yeah, nope. Exactly in the face. God damn it. Okay, let me see. Is one higher valid? Struggling here. Okay, hypothetically, if this was one higher, would this work? Yes. Okay, one higher is high enough. Okay, we've got it. We've got it. We just need it to be a little higher there. Ah, crap. God damn it. Okay, let me get these guys. I'm just trying to figure out how to do this roof without taking up too much height. Because I don't want the ceiling to be this high, honestly. So let me try out how to do this. So yeah, I don't know why I got this big rant. It just kind of made me sad that I discovered a channel which, from the editing perspective, I really liked. But then from a content perspective, I was just like, why? Why is this just for, like, super new readers only, really? Not only, but you know what I mean. Either way, try to find more people where I'm like, yeah. Like, for example, in a Cities chat recently, I was taking... I stumble about my words so much. I was talking to Abs, who's one of the city's mods, and also likes reading, and we really had like a good gel, even though, I forgot what did they have it said? Don't know. Their pronouns. I forgot their pronouns. I'm sorry, Abs. Probably not watching it, but big oof. I forgot their name. Right then. So I forgot why I tapped out. Oh yeah, I just wanted to look up the name again because I forgot. Okay, let me go slap real fast and then we'll finish up this store exterior. Then we can do the interior. It's gonna be fun. Big times. But yeah, so they and me, we had like a really fun talk about books. And even though we don't exactly have like 100% the exact same taste, because they are someone who does like, for example, fantasy. But, what did I say? Yeah, they said primarily fantasy. So yeah, I'm not like opposed to fantasy at all. Like there's quite a bit of fantasy that I've also read myself. Again, to clarify here, what did I want to do? Oh yeah, get more acacia. But yeah, and we had like really good exchange about books. I had just a really nice chat and all of that. So it's just, I don't know, I find book content really fun, but I'm trying to find the people who are maybe more aligned with my personal both taste in books, but also honestly just journey to reading, because I didn't just get into reading during the pandemic, which fair enough, poggers, again, this is not like some sort of superiority thing. I'm happy, like, I'm a big advocate for people, like, everyone should read, and reading is awesome, and there's something for everyone there. So I would be a massive hypocrite if I didn't, like, love and appreciate people who only recently started reading. But obviously, I have different priorities. And a lot of them just read, like, a lot of books in a way that I just don't like. And I'm like, okay, I like the way your content is, but your book taste is just absolutely different than mine. And I'm like, the sadness. Because, yeah, again, like, someone who, like me, who likes LGBT books, right? Those may be in different genres, right? There's literary fiction, there's romance, there's just simple YA, there's middle grade, there's non-fiction, there's history, there's historical fiction. There's, like, a lot of different genres that have, like, themes that I like, i.e. I will read them. How much... What do we have? 25. Should be fine. Not as. Yeah, so... Okay, honestly, I was humming and hawing. Is that how you say? Yeah. I was, like, talking a lot about blah, blah, blah. I want people who share my book taste. But really, I just want people on BookTube or on Book Talk who read queer books, but not just the currently most hyped one. Which, even though there's some hyped LGBT books, like, Aristotle and Dante, and what was a really hyped book? Heartstopper, the series, of course, massively hyped. Other Alice Oseman works, really hyped. Like, I'm not saying I didn't read those books and I didn't like those books. I like them a lot, actually. But I would love to find someone who isn't reading LGBT books because it's the current hyped book, but they're reading it because it is one of their interests in terms of genres. That's the main point I'm trying to make. It was all basically me having a big old rant that all the booktubers that I watched, only really read like 1 or 2 LGBT books, and that was like the most popular ones at the moment. And it's like, fair enough, but either I have those books on the radar at all. I love how you're able to talk about anything, make it interesting. It's a nice skill to have when streaming. Oh, that's very kind of you, Nebula. I really appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, it helps if I'm genuinely passionate about it. And I find it such a shame if you have, especially the straight creators. Hi, Kai. How are you? Glad to see you back, King. And especially if it's the straight creators, I'm just gonna say it. I wish more people would read not just the most hyped LGBT book at the moment, but genuinely make more of an effort. That would be poggers, because there's lots of good books. Even ones that haven't gotten, like, the shining spotlight on them, right? And I'm like, fair enough. But it's basically the same problem if someone only cares about LGBT issues during Pride Month. I'm like, I'm glad you care, and I think it's important to care at that time, but I would love to see more activism outside of it. Oh, you're stressed. I'm fine, actually, aside from heat and then, like, thunderstorms. But, like, I've been chill. I have, like, one project I have to finish until the month, but it's going pretty well, so I'm not too mad about it. Okay. But yeah, it would be good. It would be very nice to see. Because again, even like LGBT creators themselves, just, I wish there was just more. Because again, other platforms I feel like don't have that problem as much. But I just like videos, okay? I just like watching a fun little, like, what I read that month and everything. But it would be really cool to see. And that's, I think, genuinely just the sort of heart of the problem that I have. Not to be like too call-outy, but yeah. I think it's part of, okay, people... And then, honestly, okay, now that I'm thinking about it, okay, hear me out. But maybe all of these issues that I have sort of are part of each other. Because I kept... Okay, my complaints are people who have, like, one genre, they stick to it, and it's not a genre I like. People who only read the most popular books. People who just started reading. And a lack of, like, generally reading LGBT books. And I think they're all stuck in together, right? Because if you are a person who only sticks to one genre, of course, you wouldn't read LGBT books outside of your genre. And depending on your genre, those might be rare. And if you only read the most hyped books, there's obviously books that are not LGBT that are hyped at any given point. So your attention is also divided there. And also, if you're a newer reader, you might not even have that on your radar at all, but because you're maybe more concerned about reading like the classics, or you're more like reliant on other people's recommendations, which might not be especially prioritizing of queer narratives. Maybe this is all like a big loop where it's like this little loop that feeds itself, where people who stick in the same genre, people who are newer, and people who follow the trends all feed each other, which deprioritizes like super popular queer narratives. Maybe I've just okay. I said, yeah. Hi, thank you for the raid, King. How was your stream? I just had a profound realization, or maybe I just am talking absolute shit like always. But I feel like I just had a realization about my problems. Thank you for the follow, Ambi. I think I was just talking about you. If you're the same person. If not, apologies. Hi, Pip. Hi, King. But, no, not at you, City. About Ambi, I think. If you're the same person I talk to about books, then yes. If not, sorry. You have a very similar name. But... Book buddy. Poggers. Yes, I was in fact talking. What were your pronouns, King? I forgot. I was talking about you and I realized I forgot. I forgot. Could you please remind me? I would appreciate it a lot. There you go. But yeah, she, they, Pog! Awesome. Yeah, this is who I just mentioned earlier about talking with someone about books. It was really nice. I just had this realization. I was ranting about my problems with YouTube content about books and why I struggle to find people whose content I really like. And I think I've connected the dots. Because I'm someone who really likes queer books. Outside of the, doesn't matter really the genre. And I've struggled with content creators who only talk about one genre, like fantasy. I've struggled with people who only read hype books. And I've struggled with people who are newer readers. And I realized maybe that the whole connection is that people who read one genre, people who read hype books, and people who are newer readers might all be less likely to read queer narratives, especially the ones that are not currently super popular on TikTok, and that all of this feeds into the issues that I have with it, and that they're all connected. Maybe this is me being absolutely just spouting shit out of my mouth, but I had this thought that it could be that if you're really new to reading, you might be listening to people's opinions a lot more. You might be only reading the most popular books, or if you only read one genre and that genre might not have a lot of queer narratives, you might not read a lot of them. And all of these issues feed into each other. King! Thank you so much for the sub! Ah, you got the extended sound. Thank you so much. Ah, that's so kind of you, May. Thank you so much. Really means a lot. Got confirmed for my new job, yo! That's amazing. I'm so hyped for you. What do I want to do? Get more wood. King, because you're subbed, this is a sub privilege. If you have a game you'd like me to play, I'm gonna be a librarian. Oh my god, that's like, I love that. I love that so much. I had like a work experience working in a bookshop. It's like one of my favorite things ever. That's Pog. King, because this is a sub-privilege that I introduced like ages ago. That if you have a game you'd like me to play, as long as it's TOS, friendly. It's not TOS, sorry. Jesus. As long as it's TOS, no. As long as it's not TOS, oh my gosh. As long as it's not a TOS game. If you have a game you'd like me to play, you have one free suggestion that I'm not able to veto in the slightest. So if you have a game that you want me to play, or like a game mode, or something like that, you have a free suggestion. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I'm pretty close to getting my first payout check, so that helps a lot. And I can use that money to pay off like tech stuff, and I can use it for if you'd like a game, as long as it's TOS. Don't quote me on that. In my brain I was like, make sure you mention that it can't be against TOS, and then it just said it should be TOS. No, it shouldn't be. But any game, it can be like a story game, it can be like a multiplayer game, etc. Every sub gets one free suggestion. And if you're like a big supporter of the channel, of course, like it's one that I cannot deny in the slightest, because I do take suggestions for games, but I can just say I don't want to play it, but the subs get one that I can't deny. Okay, I'm gonna put in a ceiling, a little bit of glass. You don't need to say it right now, you could just message me on Discord or put it in the channel or tweet at me, hypothetically, if you wanted to. So don't you worry about the time, because I know it can be harder to be put on the spot. There you go. Can I use glass planes? I've not thought about it, but either way, we'll just go to bed for now, because then we can see better. But yeah. This is Yellow making conclusions about content. But yeah. Oh yeah, to the new raiders, since I did all my rant. If you do have creators who do book stuff on YouTube, who are like book talk people or booktube people, if you have video motorways, Pippi would call me out on it. Oh, did someone raid you? Yes, we had a few raids. Thank you to the raiders. Big Pog. Really, really appreciate it. Let me jump up here. Let me see. Can I put in a glass? Thank you for the hydrate. Does that fit? No, it just doesn't. Thank you. I'll drink. Give me a moment. I'll just throw these out. I'll need the blocks. There you go. Let me do my ceiling idea. I'm drinking right now. Thank you so much. Okay, what's all of your school subjects you hate so much for no reason? The sciences and math. Also really hated French, but I don't have to take that anymore, so I'm happy. I'm just not good at math or like I'm just not good, and I've sort of found my ways to deal with a lot of it, but higher maths especially just fuck me up for no reason. I'm very bad at them. And the sciences, I just hate writing protocols and things like that. I like experiments, but I don't like protocols, and I'm not good at it. I'm very much like a language kid, and also like art. Like I'm good at English and stuff, but like I'm just not good at the natural sciences and math, which technically is a natural science, but you know, it's just not a vibe. The vibe is just off. Vibe off. The vibe could literally be better. You suggest Peggle. You do suggest Peggle. Alright, I'll write it down. Give me a second. Peggle. Do you mean just like the old school Peggle with like the little, like the OG one? Ophelia minds Latin and math so much. Do you mean like the OG one or like the one that they have on the website? Hi Void! Hope you're doing alright, mate. With the unicorn. Which one is that one? Wait. Deluxe. Okay, I see. Peggle Deluxe, I see. Oh, I see. Yes. Pog. Yo, they have a free demo. That's pog. Okay, I'll have it. We'll play it soon. Where was I? Oh yeah, we wanted to get crap out of my inventory so I could get some deep slate brick stairs. Because we need those for my roof idea, at least for part of it. Alright, we'll play Peggle. That's not a game I would ever play, so kudos, you've influenced your way into getting it played by subbing. If you want to, no, I'm kidding. My promo segment here. If you want to have a game of your choice be played, do sub. Maybe you have a free Prime. That way, you get a sub, you get amazing emotes. I'm not gonna pat myself too much on the back, but I mean, you get to literally pet me. There you go. The animated emotes are pretty good. City. Yeah, you get the pets. It's pretty pog. I'm going to... Gay. Fair. Fair, honestly. Just drop it. If you sub with Prime, you'll also get no advertisements, some cool yellow emotes, and it's completely free. If you do use the Prime, indeed. It will be very, very appreciated. For smaller creators especially, it means that we actually get our Twitch payouts. Because there is a little old thing, like a payout block there. That if you don't have that amount of money earned already, you get nothing. So it really, really helps. Plus, it's just cool. Yellow is the best color. Yellow is the best color. I stand by this. My opinion is the right one. And I don't take critique. No, I'm kidding. But I just really like yellow. And I think it's an underrated color. Chat. Do you want me to talk about books that I have that are yellow? Because I can look at my bookshelf from here. Because I have a few, actually. Obviously, I like books I've read, not books generally. I mean, I could talk about books generally. I'm going to look real fast if I have any unread books that are, you know. Don't think I do, actually. I mean, I have a few non-fiction ones, but... Piss color. No! It's not. Got to go, but hope you have a good rest. Stream, have fun in Minecraft. Bye, Rabbity. Have a good time. Have good rest, King. But, alright, do you want to hear about the yellow books, chat? There you go. Crapperito. Okay, just building this, like, oh, shit. Jesus. But yeah, my thought process on this is, I want to sub for long now, but me broke, lol. Don't worry, mate. You can, like, if you have a Prime sub, that's free. But if you don't worry. We still appreciate the non-subs. Especially if you're a chatter. But also if you're a lurker, you're appreciated. And we love you in this community. There you go. Alright. I'm taking your lack of objections as a yes. That you do want to hear about it. So I have the first book that very aptly is colored yellow, is a book called The Bees. Shocker, because bees is the color yellow. Who would have thought? But it's a really interesting book. It's basically, think about the movie, the Bee Movie, but if it was genuinely, like, seriously done. Oh, come on, I forgot the corner. Ah, God damn it. Wait, can I just make this one little bit lower? I'm just gonna change that element. There you go. The movie is serious, what you mean? Okay, that's a weird way to say it, but it's just, okay, what if the Bee Movie had, like, a different perspective? And a bit more... Okay, does that work? Okay, let me fix this. There you go. Okay, now you can actually climb down this roof side here. There you go. And then my other thought was to make it look a bit more cohesive, to have this here. Just need a lot of stairs, adult version. That sounds so bad as well. I don't know how to say it, but basically it's from the perspective of a lower, like, and I'd say it's more realistic in terms of how bee society functions. That's the way I wanted to say it. Like, it's more realistic in that sense that the bee society is more like real life bees work. And the protagonist is a bee called Fiona, who's a lower class bee, which, if you don't know anything about bees, are obviously subordinate. There's like a pretty strong hierarchy. The Hate You Give, yeah, does have a yellow edition. I've read that one. Thought it was mid, I'll be honest. I think I gave it 3.5. The Hate You Give, I meant. To be fair, I did read a translated edition, and maybe it was the translation that just wasn't that good, but my god. I think it's an important book, but I just was like, you know. I'm not a big fan of books where it feels like the reason people are reading it or recommending it is not necessarily because the specific book is very well written or really, like, compelling, but because it's tackling an issue that people really want to see tackled. I'm glad that books are tackling it, but it's the same thing with some classics, where it's like, this book was revolutionary for tackling this or this issue. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a book that you will love reading, even if you might appreciate the subject matter. And I think in terms of tackling race, in especially the YA context, that's not super rare, so I sort of was like, you know, I thought the book was fine, but I didn't fall in love with the characters or the writing style. But I understand what they mean if they say it's like a book that people should read as a stand-in for like reading more about racial issues, especially in the US. Okay, let me think about it. Do I want to add an entire stone roof, or do I want to have this part like open? I don't think I've actually read it. Yeah, I did read it like maybe 2 years ago. Okay, let me think. That's sort of perspective I had heard. I like it. Yeah. It's, yeah, I think it's, sometimes it's also books that are seen as sort of telling an important story, that it's like frowned upon to criticize it, or people are maybe scared to criticize it because they think it might make them be perceived as if they disagree with the message, which again, I don't disagree with the message in the slightest. I think racism is shit. If you're racist, fuck off. I haven't decided if I want to add this entire roof or not. Don't think I actually want to. I have an idea that's kind of a bold choice, but actually, okay, let me think about this roof thing a bit more while I'm inside. I also want to have more decorations on the outside because it's looking a bit plain, but I have a cool idea. Let me think. And that idea is trying to get details. Oh my gosh, we just kept raiders. Hi Casper, how was your stream, mate? Hi raiders. A lot of fear about speaking about any touchy subject. I was listening to a book about that, actually is really eye-opening. What book is it? But yeah, it is challenging because I think it's important to be able to criticize a book. It's raid on raid on raid. Yeah, we've had so many raids. This is the 4th raid. Like, Jesus Christ. Thank you so much, guys. It really means a lot. And I'm just doing a silly little building stream. Oh my gosh. But, yeah, I think it's important to be able to criticize a book if you didn't like it and not be afraid that you are perceived as, like, disagreeing with, like, part of the message. And that's about making you a bad person. Not a big fan of that mindset. Even though there are people who legitimately are like that, okay? I read, like, this... Okay, this is a journey, right? I was looking... I have to look up on Amazon which new... quote-unquote. And, I'm trying to think about details. I think we might try some of this. Let's see if it works. Because, it's a bit plain up front here. No, I'm not liking that. That's not good. Okay, yeah, that looks fine. This one's a bit misplaced. Where was I? Yeah, I like looking up the new releases. Okay, this looks fine. And I was seeing a book that was about feminism. And I looked it up and I thought, oh, this looks interesting, but I want to see what people thought of it. Because sometimes they have, like, advanced copies. And I read some of the reviews, and then other people said, yeah, this was a fine book, but it's not adding anything new to the conversation. If you want to read about this topic, which was about basically misogynistic hate on the internet, the parasitic mind. That sounds interesting. Yeah, it was basically about misogyny on the internet. I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. I want to read about that. And they recommended a book called Men Hating Women. And, oh my god, some of the reviews there were just the most misogynistic, just pile of crap. Like, oh my god, they were literally the most vile reviews under that book that I've seen in a while. Where I was just like, oh my gosh, what the hell is actually up with those people? So yeah, sometimes there are people whose opinions on a subject matter are just kind of not cool. I'll be quite honest with you there. Okay, fair enough. I like these detailings. So sometimes that's true, but otherwise, like, not liking a book but still agreeing with the messages or themes should be sort of a given. But yeah, anyways, I was talking about the bees. Not the bees and the birds, I was talking about the books to bees. Which follows a bee called Fiona, who goes against sort of the assigned hierarchy of bees. So if you like bees, great book. If you like Bee Movie, probably a good book too. It's just a very interesting perspective. Also, if you like books from the perspective of animals, great book. Then I have Nick and Charlie, which to the Heartstopper lovers, you'll know that one. Very good book, very short as well. It's like Nick and Charlie a bit more aged up than in the show / the graphic novels. It's like a sequel of sort. Also has a lot of cool art in it. I've talked about it on the channel very recently. I'm trying to think about what I want to do with the interior. I think I like the exterior just fine. Might want to make some more flags. But yeah, now we have the interior, which I feel like deserves... I have an idea that is kind of wild. Okay. Let me see. If I can sort of... I head off to bed now. Have a great stream. Bye! Try to think how I can do... I also don't like this material inside. Nope, it's not vibing. Go off. Try to find how I can do a cool, like, shop interior. The struggles. So yeah, Nick and Charlie, good one. Really good one. Adds quite a bit, I found, to the experience of reading the Heartstopper novels, and also has the advantage biking by. And also, yeah, I do like the glass up top, very nice. Is quite a short read and has great art from Alice Oseman inside, so very poggers. Quite cool. Okay, let me see. I'm adding some more lights up top so the shop is not dark as hell. Okay, let me see. Can I go up there? This is quite a high shop, so I'm thinking we could have some areas that are a bit... There you go. Okay, let's go back. That's one of our neighbors, actually. Okay, I'm trying to think. So we do have this room area, which I want to use for my little offerings of sales, which is difficult to do in Minecraft, admittedly. Okay, let me put some shit away. There you go. A lot of sand in this house. Put 2 gravel there. What do I not need? This wall, this deep slate. There you go. I think I want... I'm trying to think. I could use dirt, technically. Sure. What am I thinking of? TP accept. There you go. That's our neighbor. I just need some dirt because I want to plan out my design with dirt because that's easy to do. Okay, so we'll do 1 row here. Okay, actually, I'll do it like this. I have a cool idea, okay? Let me try it out if that looks cool. Okay, so we have it like this. That's 3. There's 3 in the middle here. 3. Perfectly divided. So I'll do like 2 rows and I have like the chests like that. Like 2 chests here. 2 chests here. 2 chests here. 2 chests here. 2 chests there. So lots of chests. And then I'll do my little like sale corner like that. Corner for sales. And this is like, I'll just do... Okay, I have a perfect idea. We'll do like little sale parts like right there. That looks cool. So we'll just put a material, but I don't know which material. I think acacia wood works considering, you know, everything. There you go. So we're thematically on brand for this shop. And then we need a lot more acacia wood, which we do have, Pog. Yeah, anyways, I was talking about Nico Charlie. Jesus. Good book, good book. Very quick read, great art. And then the next one, I'm looking at my shelf because it's sorted by color, so I'm seeing the yellow books right ahead. I only have like 3 more, so we're almost done. Actually, no, I have a few other ones, but I'm not gonna count those. Actually, no, I have 2 more. Never mind, I forgot the hardcovers. Do you count yellow, golden books as yellow? That's the real question, chat. Having a cursory glance at my books. There you go. Let me know if you want the gold books as well. I only have like 1 that I've read that's golden, so actually don't think I'm going to talk about it. Anyways, next one is Love Creekwood, which is a very slim volume. Like if you want something that's extremely quick to read, read this because it's basically like emails. And it's part of the books that by Becky Albertalli, who wrote the book that inspired the movie Love, Simon, and you know, that's that. I quite like her writing. I've read almost all of her books actually, but yeah, it's like a book that's mainly emails, and in that sense is very quick and fun to read. I am someone who likes storytelling through emails. I'm just going to use this one. I like how I just have a jungle little plank, so I'm just going to use that. I'm going to just do it like this. Wait, no. Actually, I have a perfect idea. I'm going to use it here. There you go. Like that. Ta-da! So you could come in. This is like the little tray sort of cell area. You got some spruce. Don't think so, but feel free to check. There you go. Alright. Now we just need shit tons of chests. And then we are almost done with the interior, actually, which takes a lot less time than I expected for some reason. We just need loads of chests, like a lot. I actually have a lot of oak wood for no reason. Don't think I have spruce though, in the slightest. There you go. There's my chests. A lot of chests. A lot. Actually, don't. I'm just gonna use all my oak wood because I don't really use it to build anyways, so it's fine. Pog. dog. Let's go. Okay, we have 8 now. I think 10 should be enough, but I don't really know. I'll just take what we got. Okay, there you go. So like this, you see, chat? It's my selling store idea. Okay, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, we need 11 more chests. Oh my god, that's so many chests. But I want it to be like a store that has a decent enough selection. So 11 more chests. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of chests. There you go. Just see how many chests we get with that. That's 6. Oh my god, we need so much more. Okay, we don't need 12. We need 11, exactly. There you go. Perfect. Now place all the chests. Let's go. There you go. There you go. There we go. And then 4 more. There you go. Looking pretty nice. Looking pretty nice, I'd say. Just gonna get rid of all the torches at the ground. I'm just gonna put some on the walls. I think that's fair. Torches on the floor just always look so... They don't look professional. Store, I love Minecraft stores. Yes! It's my little convenience, like, corner shop type beat. There you go. And that's my design here. It's not the biggest, but I think it's kind of cool. So you come in, you have, like, a lot of space. And a lot of chests. Everyone should have a Minecraft store. Yeah, it's just kind of an essential for a town, especially. So the only thing I think we should have is signs for like the little areas. So let me make some signs. Preferably out of acacia because that fits the theme. Do we have acacia? Yeah, we still have acacia. Let's go. There you go. Where's the sides? Let's go. Need some more. Where's the sides? Give me acacia sides. Ah, that was oak. God damn it. Hate when I misclick there. Alright, let's go on the signage. Where was I? Oh yes, books. Another one is, that's yellow, is I'll Give You the Sun. This is a very artsy book. It's a book about 2 siblings that are estranged, but they didn't used to be. And they're both artists, and they both go to like only one of them got into this like fancy art school, the other one didn't. And it's a sister and a brother, and they both sort of struggle with different things in the book. It's also an LGBT book. Need I say more? But it's a very like beautiful book if you enjoy. So I'm gonna say books, ink. I know, actually. I want to decide what I want to put in because we don't have that many categories. We have. I'm gonna put books here. I'll put what is a cool thing? Saddles, leads, animal, food. I like the animal chest. We have books because I think it's fun to have a book chest because why the fuck not? And then we're gonna have food, and then I'm gonna have over here metals, and then in this one, gardening. So yeah, sort of like a fun convenience store. Now we're just gonna fill it and have like a price board as well. I forgot that part. Oh, I forgot I could just put prices there, but I can't be asked to write all these sides again. I'm just gonna write more sides. Sure, you have my oak sides. I'll just use these because it's fine. There you go. I put like left chests. Let's say 1 diamond item, and then the right chest, which is pretty like inexpensive stuff. Gonna have right chests, but I'm gonna say excluding metal, but 25 iron per stack. There you go. And then I'm gonna put metals. I'm gonna say what's good? 50. And I'm trying to think. Because obviously we're not gonna sell. We're only gonna sell stuff like copper and gold. Maybe iron. I'm gonna say, but it has to be diamonds and costs. So I'm gonna say 1 diamond. 1 diamond per stack. Because if you want to have a stack, you have to pay for it. Sorry, there you go. Now we gotta stock up this shop. That's always the funnest part, I think. I really want to have like flags at the front, but I just can't be asked to make flags. Because, they're annoying. Like banners. I'll do that at another time. So, what do we need? Books at first. I'll just get a fair bit. And then I'm going to put... Some of these are going to be writable books. Other ones are going to be just normal books. That's my 6 there. I'm just going to make all of this into paper real fast. Then all of these into books. 29 books. And we could say... a few of these... Can't stack books and quills. That's annoying. Okay, yeah, let me... There you go. Let me fill the book chest first then. Like, I'm not gonna fill like all of these because this is like double chests that are meant for this. But 6. Can we do 6 actually? So at least we could do a row. That seems fair. Okay, 3 more. We can do, in fact, 6. Let's go. Let's go. So we'll do a row of books with books and quill, and then we'll do... Can I do a few rows of... There you go, a few rows of books. Yes, yes. Saddles, leads, and animal food. Animal food, obviously, is just a good bit of hay. And we'll get some bones. And we'll get a bit of flesh. But yeah, I can sell a saddle to some of my armor. I don't really need that much. How much armor am I keeping? Okay, I should keep 2 saddles. I'll just keep 2. Saddles, I have quite a few, but not that many. I'll put some armor here, and I'll put... There you go, and let me get a lot of this. There we go. Where was I? Oh, I'll Give You the Sun. Great book. Very artsy. There's some trigger warnings there, though. Be warned. I mean, to be fair, in general, I'd recommend, whenever I'm talking about a book, to look it up. If you are someone who has some maybe either common or not so common trigger warnings, I do really recommend that. Bye, Kai. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. 5, 5, 5, and 5. There we go. We could do 5 here again. There you go. And then I want to add some bones and meat. Okay, let me go. First off, we have shit tons of wheat. We're gonna feed my animals, because we are lacking in meat here. There you go. But yeah, definitely look up stuff on your own time. And then the last yellow book I own, that's a paperback. I have 2 books that are yellow that I also own, but they're hardback, so we'll get to those in a sec. But I also have I Was Born for This. Was it the title? Yeah, I Was Born for This, which is by Alice Oseman, and it's a book about sort of partially about like boy bands, but also about like fandom and friendship and all of that. And it's told from like one perspective as one of the members of this fictional band, who is also trans. Shout out to that character, cool character. And the other is a perspective of one of like the hardcore fans of this band, who gets the chance to sort of meet them, and lots of shenanigans ensues. It's a good book. It's an Alice Oseman book. It's not my favorite Alice Oseman book, but it's still really good. And especially if you like, I found I quite enjoy books with fictional celebrities in them, like, because I very recently read If This Gets Out, which is also like a boy band at the center, but there's like a secret gay romance. There's pressure from the label. It was a lot better than I expected. I genuinely didn't go in with any good expectations, because I had previously not enjoyed a book by one of the authors of If This Gets Out. Or not enjoyed as hard. I gave it like 3 stars. I just didn't think it was that good. And I'm gonna get some bones real fast. So then we have food for all the animals. Oh, except fish. Crap. To get raw fish. Oh, no, never mind. I could just get raw fish from the coast. The coast. Let's go. Because this is technically an open public chest. Hehehe. That's not a lot. But we don't really need a lot. We just need 5 fish. There you go. This is the thing, right? If they wanted to, they could just go to that shop and just get it for free. But, we are not above that. I'm kidding. Technically the prices are so high that if you yeah. Wait, actually I'll change this. So left chest, I'll just specify saddles, 1 diamond, I can't spell. Everything else really isn't that valuable on this side, so I'm gonna say rest. Yeah, like I'll put like 5 iron item. There you go. That's a bit more fair, because I've realized that we're putting stuff that is a lot less valuable in this chest. Oh, I forgot. I need 1 more fish. Let me get 1 more fish, and then we're gonna get some bones so we can have tame material for people, which again is not difficult to get. Like, this is not necessarily meant... It's like in real life. There's certain things that, for the convenience of having it in a shop, you're paying less than if you were to get it yourself. But it's not necessarily always worth the price of the shop. There you go. Then I'm just gonna get a few... I don't really need the... I should have thought about the armor. To be fair, I don't care about the armor that much. I don't really care about making that much of a profit. Because especially since it's technically like a town shop. So... Where'd my... Oh, there we go. I was like, where the fuck did my gold go? There you go. Let's go and get some bones from the XP farm real fast. But yeah. Where was I? I was born for this, yes. I actually quite liked it's one of the books that is in that like fake celebrity genre, but classic to Alice Oseman. It's great characters. You're gonna get sucked into it. It's a pretty good book. Then to the hardcovers. I have two hardcovers that are yellow because yellow is not the most popular book color, especially for hardcovers. I have two. One is called Startup, which technically isn't that yellow, but the spine is yellow, so I'm going to count it. Which is a book about someone working at a startup. Who would have thought? No. But the main character is working at the startup, and she is, I think, a journalist, if I remember correctly, or someone writing stuff for, I think, a social media manager or something like that. And it's a lot about sort of these intricacies of startup culture, but in a very entertaining way. I think the author is a BuzzFeed writer. That's what I meant to say. So it's quite snappy. It's on the pulse. It's talking about like misogyny in the workplace, about like racism in the workplace. I found it to be quite a good read. It's fast. And it has this cool concept of you have different storylines and you don't know how they're going to intersect, and then they intersect. I love that about books, or when books do that. So that was pretty good. Then a book that also isn't really yellow as a whole, but has a yellow spine. And that's You Will Get Through This Night by Dan Howell, the YouTuber, if you know him. You might know this book, but if you don't, I recommend this book a lot. It's like a mental health guide type book. Found it very, very helpful, and you also get to hear a few like fun anecdotes out of Dan's life, or like not so fun in some cases. But yeah, it's a really well written, like approachable mental health guide, self-help type book. But I've read a lot of self-help. Not that much, but I've read quite a few, especially some of the most popular ones. And a lot of them feel either very condescending or very simplistic, or most egregiously, there's so many self-help books that treat mental illness really poorly. And it's so frustrating. It's so annoying. But Dan's book, obviously, since it's coming from a mental health perspective, is really like respectful to how different it can be for people who have mental illnesses or have generally mental health struggles, to sort of just that the same tips that might work for someone who's neurotypical and doesn't have mental health problems don't necessarily always work for people who are. And Dan's book really does acknowledge that, which I really appreciated when I read it. I really want to reread it. I read it when it came out, which is like a year and a half ago at the very least. But yeah, that's the yellow books I own. So it's not the most popular color. I think a lot of the books that I own are blue, actually. Or yeah, I think blue is probably the most popular color. But I liked pretty much all of the books that I've read that are yellow in color. Jeez. So in that sense, we keep winning. You know. Let me spread some flowers, add a little bit of grass everywhere. Let's go. We're almost done, chat. We're just filling up the store, and then we should be good. Also, the YouTube has been really going crazy, which I really appreciate. It's very encouraging to see that people are liking the VODs. So yeah, making me motivated to do things. Okay, yeah, I'm adding a row. I always forget it's 6 long. Crap, I didn't bring enough. Well, oh no, I did bring enough. God damn it. For a second I thought I just failed. Let's go. Okay, now we have this chest done. We have the book chest done. Now the rest food chests, which should be easy enough to fill because I have a lot of food and easy ways to get it. So we'll just make this entire chest wheat, because why the fuck not? It's fun. It looks cool if you open a chest and it's completely filled. We'll just get there. Let's go. There you go. Okay, let's see if we can actually get this entire chest full with like 5 on each row. That would be cool. Okay, let me get more. This is very relaxing. Actually, yeah, I'll take all of that. Because I can easily get more. Like, so easily, because there's wheat everywhere in this goddamn town. But admittedly, if you are too lazy to harvest some of that for yourself... Wait, actually, no. I just realized wheat alone is not food. Crap. We have to wait until the server's refreshed. I'll be getting another drink real fast. Don't go away. Listen to the chill vibes. I'll be back because I ran out of my drink and the server's restarting anyways. I have returned. I have some apple juice with water. And this is me realizing I can't really sell wheat in that chest. So, let me just make that into bread. Because I just thought about it. It's like, wheat is kind of, you know, I want to sell the finished product. There you go. Lots and lots and lots of wheat. There you go. There you go. 2 more. Okay, let me finish the bread chest and then we'll go to bed. There you go. Bread! The entire chest full of bread. There you go, and then this is 2. There you go. 2 bread everywhere. I'm gonna try to actually get 5 everywhere because I think that would look sick. There you go, and then... Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so much wheat though. I'll have to get more wheat as well because I ran out of mine. But I think it's worth it. We might actually... My gosh, we've been going for forever. We might actually finish the rest of the food stuff probably tomorrow, actually. No, actually, oh my god, I just remembered I can't. We'll do as much as we can today. Because tomorrow, okay, I looked it up, right? You know, the 21st of each month is my streaming anniversary. Poggies. But I looked it up, and my streaming anniversary falls on a Saturday this month, which again is a day where I work, and I usually am too tired to stream. So I'm gonna do my, I think it's 9 months at that point. Oh my gosh. I'm aging so fast. My god. I think it's actually 9 months. My next streaming anniversary stream anyways, is what I'm trying to say, is we will be doing that stream on the 20th, which is tomorrow, instead of on the 31st. There was once where I did the stream one day later, but I want to do it a day early because I think it'll be fun. So the 20th instead of the 21st. And I have the coolest stream idea ever. I came up with it when I was doing like little bit of managed stuff work, and I was like, yo, this looks like a fun idea. Okay, chat. You know how I did that stream with Jacob where we did tier lists? So I will do a specific tier list for the anniversary, and it's going to be ranking my YouTube thumbnails. Hear me out. I've literally been uploading my VODs and basically maintaining at least one YouTube channel since I started streaming. I think my very first VOD I uploaded like a day after streaming the VOD, right? Like after the stream was. I think that's true. So yeah, I've had a VODs channel since the beginning. But also, I've learned a lot more about both digital art and making thumbnails since I started my channel. So I thought it would be fun if we do a tier list in which you get to see all the thumbnails in detail, my opinions about them, and you get to have input chat. And the bottom ranking thumbnails, anything gets a D or an F, I will remake and like show you guys the new thumbnail as like a before and after. I'm your biggest fan. Bog! My man! I realized I have no space in my goddamn inventory. And I've just been running about, leaving trails everywhere. Like a bad farmer man. Can I pick up this? Hope you're doing well, Bug. I'm just talking about my next anniversary stream, which is going to be tomorrow instead of the 21st. Simply on the account of the 21st being a Saturday, and I'm going to be tired after work, especially with recent heat waves. It's just been really hard to work. But yeah, I'm going to make a tier list with my YouTube thumbnails. And the bottom ranking thumbnails in the D and F categories, I will be remaking. And I will post on Twitter then the new and the old version. Because I looked back on a lot of my thumbnails. I think it would be really fun to show them off to you, to talk a bit about it. Because I make all my own thumbnails. And it's one of my like favorite parts, even though it's a lot of work. But I also think there's thumbnails that I would like to have a reason to remake. So I thought, how about it? How about it? I need to replant. So yeah, that's going to be the stream tomorrow. I'm very excited for it. It's going to be typical time around somewhere between 8 and 9 p.m. BST. I'll try to maybe go for 8 so you boys have a bit more opportunity to watch the stream. Even though I don't have to. Thumbnail making is so cool. It's really fun, and there's nothing more satisfying than having your idea come together really nicely. And yeah, oh my gosh, okay, chat. I don't, again, I'm prefacing this as it's not meant to be like a brag, but like, I just want to share what's going on or what is in my mind at the moment. Leo! Hello, King. Good to see you back. Thank you for the raid earlier. Yet again. We're talking about thumbnails on YouTube. And on the topic of YouTube, okay? I just wanted to share this because it's really exciting. So, a few days ago, I uploaded what I thought would be another, like, normal, relatively random VOD, right? It was the building a stable on the Prrp Smp. So that very stable that's in which direction? This direction. The stable that Leo helped build, right? I was just uploading a relatively normal VOD, and it just randomly popped off for no reason. And I found out one of the reasons was because my silly little VOD of building a stable on Toby's server is getting, like, recommended under Hermitcraft episodes. And I'm just like, what? And I'm just so excited because it's like, Vidal IQ, I don't know. I'd probably not. I'd love to hear more about it though, but yeah, like, just to think that there's Hermitcraft viewers, because it wasn't just one of the Hermitcraft members, it was like 3 or 4. That there's people, yeah, you are great about Mojamo. Yeah, I mean, that's a huge compliment, because I love those guys. They're great content creators, and great, especially as like an incredible builder. But Mama's also a good builder, I'll be honest. And I'm just like, just the thought that there might be people who can... Yeah, I'd love to have like a VC about that. Hit me up if you have time and feel up for having a chat, Bug. I'd love to hear it. But yeah, I just was so excited about it, that there might be Hermitcraft enjoyers who get to see my silly little VOD recommended under their like Mumbo or Grian or Scar video, and I was like, oh my gosh. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. Because I just genuinely, like, I didn't do anything special. Sometimes when I'm putting out a VOD, I know it's gonna do well because it's like a hype game or like something like that, or I have a good premise. Like, okay, playing Unpacking, I knew that people would like that because it's a popular game at the moment. And people like seeing playthroughs. But, like, I didn't expect that random video to get recommended, and thus being just exposed to a lot more eyeballs than my usual content. So that was really poggers. You do have Hermitcraft. That's the biggest compliment I've ever received in my life. Hermitcraft energy. That's like, damn, man. Man, you're making me blush here, man. Like, that's a huge compliment. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you. Why is there no torch on this? There you go. Let me put more seeds. It's just like a huge like compliment. It's like, oh my gosh, to think about it, because that's like some of the most iconic yes, Windows security. I know. Fuck off, you little shit. You little attention-seeking shit. Just come in and be like, hi, Zuma. It's not like no one has joined in the past like 2.5 years, but like, can you make an exception for a guy, you know? Oh man, I would feel like so, I don't know. I think I would casually get a virus, you know? No, it's just, Windows just wanted attention, I guess. What a mood, honestly, but... Alright, let me see if I can make some more bread. But yeah, it's just really, really cool. And like, oh my gosh, no, like the Hermitcraft people, they're all really cool. There's like a bunch that I like, and that I've watched stuff of, and like any of them would be like, oh my gosh, that's like the coolest, right? Because there's such OGs, and I know obviously from experience that doing like builds in Minecraft is such a work-intensive thing, and oftentimes the payoff in terms of like how much use you get out of a build you spend like 80 billion years on is so much less than the time you spent on it. It is a really like work-intensive genre of Minecraft content, but I just personally really like building, so I also really like the content. But now I'm just like, oh my god, there's so many things I want to do, chat, and there's so little time, and my brain is just exploding. Oh my god. Because one thing I also want to do is watch the In the Heights movie. I've been wanting to watch that for literal ages, and I don't know if I'm going to watch it today or if I'm going to watch it tomorrow. It depends, because it's so warm at the moment. I can't really sleep well. Plus I'm, you know, like, excited. So I don't know when I'll get to it. So yeah, I think we're gonna do baked potatoes for another whole chest. Then I want to do some meat and some fish in chests, but that's gonna be like a lot of work. Also, do you have 79p? Yes, I do have 79p. Of course I do. Why wouldn't I? What for? Also, are you telling me you don't have 79p? Because that's concerning, my man. That's a bit concerning, I'll be honest. Can you buy a Mr. Whippy for that? Don't know. I don't know sweets prices anymore. Have you ever heard of Garfield card? I have, unfortunately. Are you telling me I should buy Garfield card, or do you want to buy Garfield card and asking me to buy it? To finance your sick and twisted interest? I'm kidding. There you go. Some mutton. I'll put that in the chest. Well, on CD keys for 79p you could get it. That's not bad price-wise, I'll be honest. Okay, let me have some... Oh geez, I didn't mean to put 2 there. There you go. How much do we have? Okay, 11 left over, that's fine. Basically play Garfield Cut with me, alright. I can get it, no problem. Is it for like, is it like online PC? I suspect so, since you said a CD keys reference. Sure, we can, of course. 79p is not a huge investment. Pog, pog. I like how I put so much effort into this and then I'm just like low on food now. Mainly because the cows got slaughtered and it's taken a while to replenish their population. Also, I realized I just don't have any wheat anymore, so I'm just gonna take some of my local wheat. And I say wheat with a T! Yeah, I definitely said the link. Not anything else here. No more cases. We're clean here. We're just having a little bit of wheat with the color that is yellow. No, wait. I actually need the wheat to populate my animals. Yeah, please send the link. I'd appreciate it a lot. Okay, I'm just gonna breed the cows aggressively. Let's go. Nope. No, 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 Leo. Nope, nope, not the Dotters. No, 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 not Dotters. Not on Twitch. No, I'm kidding. I don't really care too much, honestly. You silly champers. You're silly champing right now. Oh, Leo, by the way, did you see Wilbur did law earlier? Did you see? I'm quite curious. I did not watch because again I had to, you know, live stream myself, and I usually watch Wilbur's Law back later because he does it very succinctly. Yeah, you know, you were also streaming. I saw the pain, and I'm so excited because it's Law with Eret. I'm like, Pog champ. I've been waiting for that for like ages. I'm so happy. I'm very excited, and I mean, gotta give it to Wilbur for pulling a I'm doing Minecraft lore and titling it with a Bible reference. Gotta give it a clap. Very excited. Oh, gee, Eret. Okay, gotta watch the one. Yes, I'm so excited. Like, the title of it is, I think, My Judas, if I remember correctly. And I'm like, oh my god, the reference. Yes. I just, okay, I'm just a standee. I'm sorry. I just like the lore. Murder me. Not actually. I like my life. Thank you. I like being alive. Please don't kill me. But, yeah, no, I really liked Wilbur's last lore stream, which was with Tubbo. I mean, I always love a bit of lore. I stand the Bible. I actually don't. I read the Bible once when I was relatively young, but it was a childhood Bible. Like, I think I was like 11. And I just remember thinking, you know, this is not the time to talk about religion, but I don't /J/J/J. God, I don't know. It's an interesting book. I think it's worth reading it once in your life. Even if it's just an abridged version. But yeah, it's like a nice like a little store. I'm thinking, what do I have like opportunity to put in? That was for like the liking your life comment. Oh boy. Yeah, no, I like being alive. Thank you. Thank you very much. Mostly because I think it's terrifying to think about not being alive. And also there's so many good things. There's so much good food and good media to consume and you're just having a fucking blast and just vibing. We'll get a lot more. I do have spruce saplings, like shit tons, but whatever. We'll do that later. I'll get a few metals. Metal, 1 diamond per stack. Where does my metals chest? There you go. Okay, let me get a few of these in here. And then I'm gonna put a fair bit of these here. Because we can easily get a few of these. There you go. Just drop all of these here. And then for gold, I'm just gonna see. Yeah, I'll just drop all of this. Just leave this. There you go. Because I like a nice little row. And I can always get more like fancy materials. I have like so much. Wait, actually. There you go, leaving the 2 behind. All of this could go here. There you go. There you go. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna put diamonds for sale. I'm not that rich. Since this is like mostly my personal stuff at the moment. There you go. Alright, that's the metals chest. Then gardening. I'm gonna put some gardening stuff in there. Just because I have a little bit of it, but not too much. Good to go. Bye! Thank you for stopping by, King. It really means a lot. Just put some of these here. I'll put some of these. And I put... Should be fine. Bye, Bug! It was really nice of you to stop by. To show by. There you go. Let me get a good bit of seeds. Eight, 9. Can I do a 10? Ha ha ha, let's go. So we'll do seeds. We'll do some flowers. That's very kind. That's very good. Then I'll do 4 and 5. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Ah, come on. I'm 1 short. That's so annoying. But we'll just leave it. We'll just leave it. Actually, yeah. Wait, I'm gonna get a few more. Come on, 1 more. I can spare 1. Those are all of mine? Yeah, maybe not all of them. It's a bit excessive. Because I do need some jungle on myself as well. So we'll do it like that. That's fair. Seems fine. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We good, we good. We're stacked up on stuff. Plus, hopefully other people will sell their stuff as well. So it's no longer just like little me. Just selling all of his shit. Because that's kind of BM. No chicken, sadly. 07. But yeah, this is the grocery shop. Oh, one thing I do want to change. What do we have? There we go. I'm going to use some pressure plates on the inside of the store so you can leave easily. There you go. Ta-da! So you do have to open it because there's going to be mobs that go in and out. It's annoying. There you go. La la la. And you're out. Ta-da! Very pog. I think it's coming along. Like, obviously I'm going to stock it up a bit more, but at least when you come in, there's sort of the feeling as if they sell shit, actually. Because nothing's worse than building a shop and then you come in and there's just literally nothing there because no one has bothered to fill it. There you go. I think it's kind of nice. Maybe take a higher angle. It's a bit plain, but I want to add flags on the outside. Like the little banners, but I just can't be asked. Or can I actually? Wait. How's the banner design? That's easy enough. I have colorful wool. Wait. I'll add. Because white banners would be even more boring. God damn it. Thinking. Okay, one more. Do you have any looms actually in the goddamn country? Probably not. I don't know. We have a look. Why is there a sheep here? Might be the capital. I don't know if they have looms. We have a look. Capital's looking really nice now. It's so put together. Such a cool thing to know how much this like little nation has changed. They put like a big thing where you could put a map. Let me have a look. The only things I could think where they might put a loom might be in someone's house. There's a cow. There's a pond. Why is it laggy here? I mean, lots of ovens. Enchantment table. De-enchanter. Nice little tower, but that doesn't help me really. Who would have a loom? I'm gonna try and see if Bambi's location has a loom. Because that feels like it should. We'll just check that out real fast. Because I can't think of anyone else who might have a loom. So I want to see if I can't do a cool little banner design for the corner shop. There you go, having a look. I love this house design, it's so pretty. It's so well done. Here you go. Would you have a loom? That's the question. What's down there? Now I'm curious. I've never been down here, so we'll just go down real fast. I have no idea what's at the bottom here. Maybe it's totally useless going down this extremely long ladder. That's one thing that's very unique to this server. Because pathways, you can easily... if there's nothing here, I'm just going to be sad. Okay, no, it's just a deep cave. Interesting. So this door is that they always build paths that are extremely annoying to go back up, because you kind of just can teleport home or teleport to other people if they're on the server. So a lot of paths are efficient at best one way. Some of them are still inefficient as well, but on the way back pretty much no one gives a shit. And the sheer condition that you could just like teleport home. Which is a very, very big thing where a lot of other servers where you don't have that, there's a lot of effort put into making the paths on the way home easy as well. Just because no one wants to struggle, especially if locations are really far out. But on this server, that's not really a rule that people follow. Because it's like, why would you? I don't think they have a loom, which is a shame. They have pretty much literally everything else. They have blast ovens, but they don't have a loom. That sucks. Sadness. I had high hopes. That high hopes for a living. Not really for a living, to be honest. Just in life. We'll just go to spawn, then we're gonna go home. And we'll just make a loom, I guess. I thought someone had one already. There surely has to be someone, somewhere. Jesus Christ, I can't speak anymore. Because of our capital flags and everything. Because a city made the flags, but I just don't know where he made them. So, yeah, leaves me having to get a loom. I think they're made with... what is it called? String. Why is there a cow? You're not named, so get yeeted. Is the fence open or something? No, they might have just been yeeted out. Right, let me go to bed. Hi, Taz, my beloved. We haven't had a stream that's this long in forever. We've had a lot of streams that are like an hour and a half, and then I just kind of was done for the day. But this has been a longer stream, which is quite interesting. I like longer streams as well. I just have done a few shorter ones, quote-unquote shorter ones recently. What do you need for loom? Planks. Okay, that's easy enough. Go. Looms are extremely cheap to produce. My god. I really didn't think about that one. Let's go a loom. I'm gonna put this in the capital town hall. Not the capital town hall, just town hall. Oh, not exactly here. Jesus Christ. I'm just gonna put it here. There you go. Banners, colors, and what is that? Okay, let me see. I think you need dye, right? Let me see. Okay, let me see. I want something that screams market. I think that one would work. I love how you can just have a brick texture. You can have that. That's also not bad. I like that. Let me test it out. And then I have an idea. I'm gonna put two just white banners next to it if we need additional banners. Because I don't have that much pink wool. I don't really want to make that much. But... wait, I want it to be up there. It's not gonna go even. Okay, we'll spruce. We'll splurge We'll splurge. Oh, I said spruce. We'll splurge. We should be able to make pink, right? Is it magenta or is it red? I don't remember. There you go, we've got the pink. Magenta, go away. It's a pig. How much do you need? 6. Oh my god, that's so much. Can you use redstone for red? Don't think so. So, let me put the redstone back here. Should have red flowers, right? I don't actually. That's annoying. I can easily get some right in front of my house. We get 4, there you go. And a good bit of dye. The pig dye, let's go. You need 6, there you go. Ah, this is so much work, Jesus Christ. Okay, pink batter. Okay. Let me drop this off. Hi! Hi, Nico. I think your name was Nico. Hey, yo, big man. Good to see you. What emote are you using? Aaron's emotes! Yo, did you watch Aaron's stream? I don't know if it's still ongoing, but did you watch his last stream? If not, Mans did some Prrp Smp lore, which very poggers. I'm very excited to watch it later. There you go. Oh, I forgot I need white dye. God damn it. Could have just used the one I already had, but there you go. Hey, yo, big man. Good to see you. I couldn't watch it, sadly, oh. But, I mean, there's always the VOD, you know? I also couldn't watch it because I was streaming myself. So I was like, you know, struggling. But I'm very excited. It's Lore with Wilbur, which hasn't happened in like 800 years, and I'm so hyped. Look at that. Isn't this little, like, shop design to die for? Let's go. There you go. Shop. I'll just... Do we have any more signs? I don't know. Don't think we have signs on hand. So... Let's go. Some signs. Oh, nice shop. Thank you. Yeah, every city needs its own little... Yeah, this one's actually quite cool, so I'm gonna do corner... Wait, no, actually. Corner, and I'm gonna put shop here. Shop, there you go. So you go in, that's the shop from the outside. I'll show you the roof, it's pretty cool. It has like a little... You can jump up on it. It has like this cool little ceiling. You can see the inside, and it gives extra light. It's just a nice little feature. And then you come in. There you go. And it's a little shop, little rows, a few goods to sell, and if you were to work here, you go in here. Ta-da! It's pretty functional, but then you have my little doors here. Then I think it turned out pretty cool. Shop time. Shop done. I wanted to climb up on something and do my little screenshot for once I create the thumbnail for this VOD later at some point. And by later, I mean probably in a month and a half at this rate. But I'm actually catching up a little bit, chat. It's exciting. Alright, let's climb up on my roof and have a last little look at it. And that'll be that for today. Look at that! From my roof, you can actually see this shop pretty well. If you go on this roof especially, since it's higher up. That's the new shop. Right down the street from where I live. Pretty poggers, but that was a good spot so it doesn't obscure a lot of the buildings and everything. And yeah. Man, I just love Aerolite. It's just got such personality. And I'm very happy that the capital city, Landfall, is coming along as well. Because that's been a little inactive recently. Yee, it's very pog, it's very pog. Also, here's my flags. Not mine, but just flags I built. These are not my identities, but I just built these flags because it was... some cool stuff happened. And also was Lesbian Visibility Week. So... had to build a little flag, you know. And tomorrow, instead of on Saturday, which is my actual streaming anniversary, my streaming anniversary stream is going to be tomorrow. Usual time, 8-9 p.m. BST, start point. We are going to tier rank my YouTube thumbnails. And the lowest ranking ones I will remake as well. And show you the before and after on like Twitter/Discord, depending. I haven't decided, but... I think that'll be really fun. And, yeah. Let's go. We're gonna raid Ellie Likes Jelly, who's a small Minecraft streamer currently, apparently in the Nether. Show me your love. Pretty cool streamer. And, I'm so excited to see you tomorrow to celebrate. I think it's my 9 months of streaming. Maybe? Might be 8. I forgot, genuinely. But yeah, I'm very excited, and... Wait, no, actually. Yeah, no, it must be 9, because I started streaming in September. So 9 months. So yeah, be there, be square, and you guys have input too on my tier ranks. So, I'm so excited. And say hi to Ellie, and bye-bye, chat. Thank you so much to all the raids today as well, and all the raiders who came along. Really, really appreciate it. Bye-bye, chat.